All right. Welcome back to Waste Some Time with Jason Green. I am Jason Green, and it feels like it's been a month since we had Sid Croft on the show, but it was only 1 week ago. And what an incredible experience. And for those who might be in our age range, I got a lot of positive feedback. People really enjoyed hearing him and certainly motivating. 95 years old. I'm hoping to make it through the night. And he shared so many great stories, and I had a good time with Wednesday and Sean. We all got to relive our youth. It's been busy since we've last been here. Wednesday's been off fighting fires. I don't know if you're familiar, but or you've heard, but he is now been deputized and he's fighting fires in Los Angeles. It sounds like I'm making this up, but it's true. And Sean is always on some adventure, Jeepers Creepers locations. There's always something going on in their worlds. And then I've been inundated with questions and comments about the future of Stephen Piercy and Warren DeMartini. It's been announced that they will be at the M3 Festival, and it's just been crazy. And so there's a lot to talk about and more right after this. Just wanna waste some time with you. Sometimes it seems too good to be true. Nobody out there to waste time with you. All right, no one I'd rather waste time with you, or at least most of you. But I know I enjoy spending some time with Firefighter Wednesday. How are you, Wednesday?
Oh, poof.
Nice to see you. And of course, Malfunction, Sean Clark. Good to see you, Sean.
Hello.
And it does feel like it's been a long time since that Sid Croft interview. Just a week ago, though, from today. And what a fun time we all had, huh?
That was
good.
Awesome. It was very cool.
You know, sometimes when you do these things, and Sean, it goes for your channel too, sometimes we do things that are indulgent, that we like. Maybe not every viewer is going to watch it, but you know what? It makes us happy. And you've said, Sean, sometimes I'll book a guest to do an appearance. I don't know how great they'll do, but I need them to sign my things too. So let's find out.
Yeah, there's no doubt that I've booked many a client that I just wanted to selfishly meet myself and hope they did well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and some did incredibly well. You just never know how many fans there are like us. And I should point out while we're talking about it, the Creepy Convention, Creep-IE, as the cool kids call it.
What is the correct pronunciation for that, Sean? So when I am asked.
Well, you could say it either way. They do call it Creep-IE because it's IE's for Inland Empire, but CreepyCon is what we all pretty much call it.
Got you.
I just learned this today, the Inland Empire. I had no clue.
No, I didn't. I didn't even know that. So,
but I'm looking forward to it, and we've talked about it on the show for a while. And for those, there's always new people tuning in. If you didn't know, Sean Clark, in addition to his YouTube channel, also is a convention agent, Convention All Stars, and books a lot of cool talent. And this Creep-IE convention is no exception. And he's got the great Wednesday 13. I don't know how you got him. He's very elusive. Yeah, he's on the other side. And I'm going to show, I think a lot of people who watch like to see the nerd spectrum, the fan spectrum. So I put out all the things that I want to get signed this weekend, and I'm going to show those. And then we try to think about something fun we can do, because the three of us, it's rare that we're in the same room at the same time. So we are going to have this 8x10 photo, and you can get it signed. You can go to Wednesday's table.
Just received them.
Hot off the press. Well, that's even easier.
Look at that. That's just like a
look. Everyone's going to want one.
Whoa.
Hold on.
Whoa!
Wow! Look at
Trying
that.
To get the glare off.
I get it.
Look at that.
Really cool. Sean, what's the name of the artist who did that?
Mark Beer.
We should definitely give him
he does
credit.
Pretty much all my art these days. I had a few of these made as well, which I'll have if anybody wants them at the show. Little horrors hologram. He did this one as well.
That's great.
That's cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. So this is just a fun little thing to do. And like I said, it's rare that we're all together, and we're happy to talk to people. And Wednesday's got merchandise too, so you can buy his merchandise. But should you want one of these cool items, they'll be there. And we're going to try to do a whatnot auction, a short one, live from Wednesday's booth, maybe on Saturday, and we'll put that on our social medias. And whatever sells, if people want to buy these things, they'll be reasonably priced. And then we'll put some online. And so some people who can't make the convention, I'll share the link. You can sign up, and we'll ship one to you. The shipping department will be happy to send it to you. And I'm thankful for people who even want it. We all are. We're all grateful to be doing things in our lives that other people like. It could be much worse going to a 9-to-5 job, or any job, to be honest. So
I
that's
have
the
funny
image.
story relating to this weekend when you have a moment.
Yeah, well, no, this is a good moment right now.
Oh, so Scott Ian from Anthrax and SOD and Mr. Bungle is going to be appearing at the show this weekend. And he was having, from the last show we did with him, one of my assistants had all his stuff. So she shipped all the stuff to my P.O. box. And Scott had said, hey, I want to have some action figures shipped to your P.O. box. And I said, that's fine. So I went there today, and the guy was like, dude, what's going on here? He takes me in the back, and there's 40 boxes. Like almost his entire back room is stuff for me. And I call Scott, and I'm like, dude, what the fuck, bro? And he said they made a mistake, and they shipped you. They were only supposed to ship me, I think, 50 figures, but they shipped 250 figures.
Stonehenge.
So we're gonna have plenty of SOD action figures this weekend. Sergeant D.
This is like
sure to come by and get one.
Are they reaction figures or something, or
no? You want to see it? I have them.
Yeah,
I have plenty.
Yeah.
You want to see one? Right
yeah,
back.
we got to push these things. Scott's going to need it. But it's like Stonehenge, when they said we gave them the dimensions. It was supposed to be this big from Spinal Tap, and I said 50, not 250. But it'll be good to see Scott Ian. And look, some people are going to go home with one of 250,000. It might be more Scott Ian action figures. And so very cool. We'll see what Sean's got. Sean's house is now filled with action figures. But anyway, I'm going to share that link though Wednesday, so people, when we get it, it'll be on your social media, my social media, and people can order these things online. And I'll give them a discount.
It's a NECA.
Oh, look at this! That's a wow.
Yeah. Sergeant D is coming, and you're on his list, like the little G.I. Joe reference on the back.
Look at that! Very cool.
Whoa.
There you go.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. So he'll have these at his table for sale to autograph. And I think he said these were the last 250 that the company had. Like he got all of them. So
yeah, you got all of them.
Technically, I have got all of them.
I'm going to show off a couple things that I'm bringing to this big event. I have the Elvira Diamond Pop, and Elvira will be there
nice
this weekend, and I'd like to get that done. And while we're speaking about Elvira, this is the Elvira Hot Topic Deluxe laying on the couch pop, and a lot of room for writing, and that'll be nice. This here is the Toxic Avenger. And
Melvin's going to be there, right?
Melvin is going to be there. I think Melvin could sign a Toxie Pop. I think
that's like young Michael signing a Nick Castle full adult figure.
Yes, or Bill Bixby, if he was with us, signing an Incredible Hulk. I mean, but yeah, Mark Torgel is Melvin, and I worked for Troma for so many years, and I've never met him. I'm kind of excited. I think it's very cool. He's selling a limited edition Toxic Avenger 40th anniversary VHS cassette, a green VHS that him and Lloyd Kaufman signed. It looks like a fun collector's item. Speaking of green, I got this Linda Blair pop, green pea soup pop sitting here, and she was just added from what I saw.
She was, and
She's always.
unfortunately, there was just a cancellation.
Uh-oh, I hope I don't have to put one of my pops back.
No, you don't have to worry about your pops. It's a non-pop person. I don't know if I should say because I don't think they've. I mean, I literally told him 2 hours ago. So
What does it rhyme with?
Huh?
What does the name rhyme with? We can guess. And then you won't say it, then I'll guess, and you can just sort of.
It might be someone we don't know. Sean, do you think we know the person?
No, I doubt it.
Well, then rhyme it.
I'm just going to their Facebook to see or Instagram to see if they have said anything.
If they rhymed it first,
yeah. Because usually it's etiquette to let the promoter make that announcement first. But here's the good news: we're replacing the person with somebody. So,
is the person you're replacing them with somebody more popular?
It's somebody better for us. Is it somebody better for us?
Is it Nick Castle? I have 100 things for him to sign.
It's not Nick Castle.
Does it rhyme?
But it is somebody who has done CreepyCon previously. Who's coming?
Somebody that we're going to care about. Like,
we'll be excited.
Oh man,
probably not. I don't know.
All right.
Michelle needs Alex Winter on this poster. This poster only needs.
Alex Winter does not have a pop figure.
Does he? No, he does.
Is there Bill and Ted's one?
Oh, yes, he does. You're correct. There's a Bill and Ted pop. Yep. And I think maybe even a new one. But so this needs Alex and Kiefer, who's not going to be there. And then that one.
He was supposed to. He was gonna be there, and then a filming conflict. It sucks because we built that whole reunion around Kiefer, and then he couldn't do it.
Yeah. Well, it's a bummer, but I'm sure people will be excited to see the other members of the cast. It's a fun show. And, I went into a deep dive about the people who were there. One of the fun things of conventions are looking at people's credits. And I was looking at Tom Holland, and boy, Spider-Man looks different now. But his what great credits, writing credits. He wrote Psycho 2.
He wrote Class of 1984.
That's a huge one
wrote
for
The
you.
Beast Within. Beast Within. Didn't he also write Psycho 2 in addition to directing it?
Yeah, he absolutely did. And then he directed the original Child's Play.
And Fright Night.
Fright Night. And he did the original, and I think he did a reboot too. I could be wrong.
He didn't do the reboot. He did a graphic comic thing, I think, or a novel or something. He didn't do that. He had nothing to do with the reboot.
Gotcha. Well, that's probably better that way.
Yeah.
Well, what a cool person to meet. I thought, what might be a nice time to start a Child's Play poster. I'm surprised Alex Vincent isn't there. He goes to everything else. And he's the kid.
I'm sure he'll be somewhere this weekend. Somewhere.
He's appearing somewhere.
I'll just go ahead and real quick. I'll go ahead and say who's canceling.
Oh, exclusive news. Hold on, breaking news.
Alexa Blair. Alexa Blair from Terrifier 3.
I'm not going now.
Here you go.
No,
my frigate. As soon as I say that name, that thing goes off. Every time you say that name, drives me nuts.
Who is that?
You know what name I'm talking about? The one that's not Siri, huh?
Is that Spider's wife?
No, that's Chrissy Fox. She's still coming, and Spider will probably be there.
Okay.
I'm assuming.
Trying to find a breaking news graphic, but
and I won't say who the replacement is. I'll let them announce that.
Okay, yeah. Well, listen, people can go check out.
Boy George is what I heard.
Boy George?
Did you hear?
I heard Boy George is going to be there.
Damn it!
I heard that
scoops.
too.
Wednesday with the scoops.
I heard it from you though, but
what a replacement that would be, though.
I'd be stoked. I'd totally get a record signed.
Well, listen, this Terrifier mania is insane. I went to a convention, a couple of conventions. I've never seen anything like it. I don't really get it. I don't want to be negative. I think the character looks cool, and I definitely respect that Art the Clown is now one of the future monsters. But I don't get it. There's not enough for me, and I haven't seen the third one, but I can tell you that people are going to be
It's the best
excited.
one.
Sean, they hear that's the best one. Sean represents a lot of these people, and they want to meet everyone. They want to meet all of the cast, and so it's crazy. I'm surprised. And Monster Palooza is coming up. I think. Sean, do you have anyone at Monster Palooza?
Yes.
Okay, but they're not
nobody
announced
that's been announced. Yeah, and I'm working on. I actually spoke to Elliot yesterday, and we were going over some names, trying to secure. I mean, we got till June, so we got time.
It's fun how the convention world is bigger than ever. I think it's such an event for people who want to go look at vendors, buy merchandise, for people who want to meet celebrities. And it's just become like a place to be seen. I mean, we all do this regular, Sean more than anyone. And it's become a thing. It's an event. People go to everyone and people know each other and have this bond. And it's cool. When we were kids, I don't think we ever knew that one day, we would have one convention a year, a creation convention, a Fangoria, if you're lucky. Now, almost every weekend, Sean's got somebody somewhere. And anyway, I'm looking forward to this convention, and I'm not just selling it. I don't get anything out of this unless people buy those pictures. But I'm excited, and I'm excited to spend time with the two of you because we never get to do that. So it's going to work out, and it's going to be for me. It's a vacation. Sean, you're babysitting a lot of people, but I always say you're a tour manager, but for 10 people sometimes.
So I see a couple of questions in here. Somebody's asking where the convention is held. It's in Ontario, California, the Ontario Convention Center, California, not Canada. And then somebody also asked, saying, hope that she doesn't cancel Whorehound. She said she promises she's not going to cancel that one. Something really big for her popped up that she told me about. Maybe I can share later. But she's definitely busy this weekend now. And a
Wednesday,
pretty cool
what do you
opportunity.
think it is? Wednesday, what do you think popped up?
Terrifier 4.
Oh, well,
I don't know. Maybe she gets. I don't know.
If you watch Terrifier 3, I think you'll retract that guess.
No, I did. I did watch it. Maybe I don't know who she is.
She was the girl in the shower.
Mm.
We were at the same damn movie that night.
I don't
shower
remember.
scene.
You know how many people I see get killed in showers a week?
Dude, you don't remember the blonde girl and the blonde guy in the shower together?
Not really.
You don't.
I don't want to have it ruined.
I don't.
How do you forget?
I don't. I don't really remember that movie now that I think about it.
She was the girl that was obsessed with Art the Clown, and she was like, "Oh my God, you." Wow, he was clearly checked out during that movie.
Somebody might have been a little bit more stoned. Is she hot, by the way? She must be. She's in the shower.
Yeah. Very attractive young
okay,
lady. She was at the screening that night too.
I don't know.
She was at the screening that night too. She was in the red
probably
dress.
Sat next to him. Yeah. Sean, is the person you replaced her with as hot?
Absolutely not.
God, yeah. So anyway, again, we'll all be there Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You can go to their website. I think it's creepie.com. I hope
something like that.
Or you can look at social media, Google, and it'll be a lot of fun. So okay, and now I'm gonna try to go through these comments. I enjoy talking to you guys. I forgot people even comment. I forgot about them.
Quick question for you, Jason, without saying what it is. Did you ever get an answer on that show I asked you about?
It was sort of a wait till tomorrow because he made an announcement today and we're changing dates. So we just have to make sure that date stays open. So give me.
Okay, as we're running out of time.
I know. Yeah, believe me. Well,
by the way, I got a new client that is kind of in this world, if you will.
The music world or the horror world?
Music, both.
Musical horror.
I'm now working. Oh, you want to take guesses?
Let Wednesday guess. Let Wednesday guess.
You got to give me a hint though, because that could be anybody. You got to give me
lead singer of an iconic band has also done a horror film.
Like how iconic? We talking 70s, 80s, 90s? What we talking about?
80s iconic.
80s iconic.
I
Front
got
guy.
it. I got it. Wednesday has his autograph on his wall. Maybe I'm wrong. D. Snyder.
D. Snyder.
Boom.
Alice Cooper. D.
We
Snyder.
have a winner. D.
That's
Snyder.
a
That was
great
gonna be my
one.
guess. That's gonna be D. I was like, it won't be Alice, but I was gonna say maybe D.
Captain Howdy. That's a great one.
Awesome.
Yeah, no, I'm excited. I like these. So we're going to go around, but a lot of people have been asking me about this, the big news. Stephen Pearcy and Warren DeMartini. And look, this has been in the works for a while. And of course, couldn't say anything. And people were guessing who they thought would be in the lineup. And finally, it is official. The lineup, Stephen Pearcy, Warren DeMartini. Matt Thorne is going to stay on bass. He was in Ratt in 1981. I think sometimes they wish they never got rid of him. He'll be there. Blas Elias from Slaughter will be on the drums. That decision came down to 11 p.m. last night. It was so interesting. But he'll be there. He's a great drummer, great guy. And who am I? And Carlos Cavazzo from Quiet Riot. How could I forget? He had been in Ratt for so many years. It'll be strange when the day comes that Quiet Riot is opening for one of these shows. Or it'll be weird when we have Slaughter and Quiet Riot opening for Blas Elias and Carlos Cavazzo.
And Rough Cut on the same bill.
Yes, and a reformed Rough Cut. It's a strange.
Where's Dr. Paul Shortino when you need him?
Well, say his name. He usually appears. I'm just going through these comments now, but I think it's a great lineup. And those guys, they went on another show today and they talked. And I think by the way, today was the first time that Warren and Stephen have spoken in over 10 years, I think. It was crazy.
This reunion happened without them speaking.
Yes. There was middle people, and it seems like they worked out what they needed to work out, and they made the decision to only have themselves and not the other two original members of Ratt, and that's been controversial to some. I will say that Bobby Blotzer is very mad at me, particularly, and I wouldn't bring it up. I've been trying to stay out of it, but he's really said terrible things about me and the show, and I find
this
funny.
show.
Yeah, some of it. Yeah, some aspects.
Oh, that's too bad.
He likes you.
That means he's gonna not like me if I bump into him one day. He's gonna be, you're on that asshole show.
He did announce 2 weeks ago that he'll be on the convention circuit.
The announcements are flying fast and furious.
Yes.
I haven't seen a single one. We'll see what. You know what? I tell you, I will stand by this. My interactions with him, which he probably does not remember that we've ever met, have always been positive, and he was always nice to me, and I was a fan of his drumming, being a drummer myself. Back in the day, I was a Ratt. I'm a Ratt fan, so I definitely appreciate.
He's an underrated drummer. Yeah. I think most would agree. Tommy Lee was more flashy, and people knew him a little more, but Bobby did good things. He was nice to me too until I started working with him. This is the Jim Shepard. I was a fan when Jason was alone talking on here. When Wednesday joined, it was cool, and now with Sean on quite a bit, it's that much better. It's like chatting with friends. Great show. Well, I think it's really like that for us too. I think we would all have these conversations whether you guys were here or not. I think it's as much fun for us, and why we keep doing it. So anyway, the first show is at M3, and there will be more. I mean, right now people are working on more shows, and it's exciting, and I'm happy. When I started working with Stephen, I worked with him because I like him, and we've had a good business relationship, and I wanted to stay through until the end. He's going to be 68 years old. I mean, how long can this go? And I think that this is good for his legacy. I think it's good for Warren's legacy. And it's going to be exciting to hear those songs. They're talking about playing some songs that nobody's heard in a long time, some never. And they both seem on the same page. They both seem like they want to give fans something. And it's not going to just be a quick fly show. It's going to be lights and sound and production. I mean, they're taking it serious. So I'm excited. Now, with that announcement was David Lee Roth. People have not been as excited by David Lee Roth.
Yeah, what's the over/under on him showing up?
I think that's the big question, because he's canceled constantly. He's canceled his Vegas residencies, and he's had health problems of his own. I think people are like, "Oh, he's terrible." Well, he's still David Lee Roth. I feel like a bad David Lee Roth is better than a good Sammy Hagar. I don't know, maybe not, but go ahead.
This is like somebody we should be like telling he should use backing tracks. You know what I mean?
I agree with you.
Although we've seen even back in the day he couldn't lip sync, so it wouldn't make a difference.
Yeah. I hope he gets a good band to surround him. But for most people, especially young people, you probably this might be the last time you get to see David Lee Roth. And a lot of people are remembering him for bad performances, but there was a time where David Lee Roth was the greatest frontman alive. I mean, half these bands playing were influenced by David Lee Roth. All of them, were influenced by Diamond Dave. So I hope he comes through, and I hope he does as good as he can. I saw him with Van Halen when Wolfgang was in the band, and he wasn't 100%. But boy, I thought it was still, exciting. Now, of course, Eddie Van Halen was on that stage. But I'm hoping Dave doesn't disappoint, and I'm hoping that people are happy to see him. But it should be interesting. He's headlining the second night, and then Steven will be on the third night. This is AZ. Given M3, could Sean broker a Ratt reunion at a convention? Well, he probably could, but maybe he'd have to put each guy in a separate room. One ballroom has Bobby Blotzer, one ballroom has Juan. Thank you for the super chat, AZ. I will tell you, Sean, and we'll talk about it more privately, but Warren DeMartini is screaming for a private signing. There are a lot of people who would want, they need Warren to finish their items. I don't think Warren is going to be as easy and accessible. I spoke to his people, and I think that something we could set up where people can send in their items. We'll have to coordinate it. And this is something that Sean does with his business all the time. And people can add Warren to their items. And listen, we don't know what's going to happen. Warren could get tired of this and disappear. I mean, you never know. So that's something we'll talk about. So, someone's saying they hope Nev Campbell comes to Monsterpalooza. Well, Sean is the agent for Nev Campbell, and she is appearing at the 90s Con this year. Is there any chance that you will see we'll see more of her?
That's the only one she's fully committed to for this year. It's on my to-do list to get her a updated list of offers for the year, but I don't think she's going to be doing a lot. There is one other show I think she'll be in for 100%, but it's not till late in the year. But I haven't got a full confirmation yet. But Monsterpalooza, since it's local, if she's in town, you never know. Who knows?
Gotta stay tuned, as they say. She's going to be in the new Scream movie. That's not secret, and it's announced.
She's filming right now.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's that 90s Con. I'm going to mention it because I will be there, and I'm excited about it. I've been trying to find a convention that I can go to, one of these 90s shows. Well, Stephen Pearcy is playing Connecticut on a Friday, and then that weekend is 90s Con. I will finally get to meet Punky Brewster, cast of 90210, and then Sean has what looks like one of the best Scream reunions I've seen, and I think there's a lot of people. I mean, from the principal cast, you have everybody but Courtney Cox. I was going to ask you, Sean, do you put Linda Blair on a Scream poster?
Well, she was the reporter in part 1 or part 2?
Yeah, I guess, yes.
Was she part 1?
Part 1.
Well, then yeah, she's in it. Yeah, sure.
That's what I mean. People definitely put Henry Winkler on it. He's the principal, and he is killed by your client Lee Waddell, who also gave the worst white elephant gift in history. at your Christmas party. But so I was thinking maybe I add Linda Blair, and then Monsterpalooza has the other sheriff or deputy. I haven't seen that guy do appearances. Now, Sean, I also want to make sure when you do the Scream photo op, you don't put Dermot in the photo, do you?
Unless it's a Scream 6 photo op. No.
Right. Yeah, because I saw them doing Scream at one of the other shows. He was in photo. Like, I get if it's the wide world of Scream, but I think to me the photo op is the three guys, Rose McGowan, the four guys because you count David, and then I think it's cool that you have Lee in the Scream, the Ghostface mask. Right? Am I right?
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, is Lee doing 90s Con? I don't think he is.
Maybe not. Yeah.
He may not be. Let me check because they're kind of picky on who they took.
Yeah, I see that.
No,
Sean,
he's not at that.
Okay, so you'll have to get him to sign it at one of the other shows. I think here in Argentina, there's only one Comic-Con, same place. Sean goes to all the. He has.
I've never been to Argentina. Had offers, but they're always so low. Everybody turns them down. Yeah,
I can see that. It's a long way to go. Oh, people were guessing who you had. People were guessing Alice Cooper. People guessed Corey Taylor. That's correct. Sean does represent Corey Taylor, but he was never in any movies that I know
of. He was. He was in. He was in some horror film called Bad Candy. I think it was called.
Mm-hmm. Let's see here. I'm just going through.
Yeah, there was. I was trying to. I might as well say it now. Well, no, maybe I shouldn't say it. But there was a show I was trying to get D booked into, and his manager just messaged me and said that he's got a concert that night. It's like, God dang it! So, I don't want to say what show it is because.
Can you rhyme the show? No. Wednesday now does interpretations of rhyming.
It rhymes with Jonic. Well, never mind.
Too much.
Bonic Bon. No.
Yeah, for sure. I'm
trying to keep it very general.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think D will do great at those shows, and okay, let's see.
I met D at Monsterpalooza in Burbank.
Oh yeah.
Do you deal with Danny Stanton, Sean?
Yeah, that was actually Danny who literally just texted me. Yeah.
He asked me at one point to set you guys up. I mean, it seems like he figured it out for himself because I did say to him, Sean is the guy to go with because they were trying the convention world. So some people they're having the Sammy Dave debate. I think it's apples and oranges, but I don't know. Are either one of you guys bigger fans of Sammy than Dave?
Dave
for me.
I'm equal.
Wednesday?
I'm right in the middle.
Mel, I can tell you Sammy is more talented, better singer, better musician, but I prefer vintage Van Halen over anything Sammy's done.
I think I might like Sammy Hagar's solo stuff better than all of it.
Wednesday, I feel like you're being political, like maybe you're going to get on tour with Sammy Hagar.
I hope so.
I will go see the Sammy Hagar residency here in Vegas. It's Sammy and Michael Anthony. And Michael Anthony is going to be on the show very soon. We're going to do a hot sauce tasting thing with him. But I'll go see it. I appreciate the Sammy songs, but boy, growing up, there was nothing like David Lee Roth.
A hot sauce tasting?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're gonna try. You guys might want to get in on it. Do you guys like hot sauce?
Nah, that's some low rent bullshit.
I don't like the sweat in front of people. I don't like it.
What if I get McRib involved?
Yeah, McRib I'll do. I ain't doing some hot sauce bullshit. I don't even like hot sauce. So
Michael Anthony has his own line of hot sauce, and
that's how you suck them in.
And barbecue, and hot mustard. I haven't tried it though. But I tell you what, I did try Alice Cooper's hot sauce, and it was not very good. And but I got so much attention out of that. The people who run Alice Cooper's social media. Boy, they do a good job. They're on it. How are Johnny and Eric going to take not being in the band? Well, they're on suicide watch. I mean, they're not going to return my phone calls. I mean, I don't know what this.
Is
They're
Johnny
still
trying
solo
out for
shows.
David Lee Roth or what?
Maybe they'll try out for Dave. What is this? This is the classically deceased for Monster Palooza. Aside from the Hotel Dina, what other hotels would you recommend staying at that's nearby? That's a good question.
I would only recommend the Hotel Dina. Just it's so convenient. It's connected to the convention center. But if you, for some reason, are opposed to it, don't know why you would be. There is a Hyatt just about a block and a half down the street, and then I think it's a Westin, or about two and a half blocks away. But I'd Hotel Dina all the way.
Good to know. That's in Pasadena we're talking about, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Question for Sean. Would James Remar be good to add autograph to an Aliens poster, even though he was removed? This is a good question.
Yeah, because he's still in the movie. There's shots of him from behind. And we actually have an Aliens photo that we sell at shows because so many people ask him about it. But yeah, there are shots of him still in the film that are from behind that were because he filmed for like a month before he got fired.
Well, Sean is the expert on this. This could be a new segment. Do I get this person to sign this item? Would anyone put Eric Stoltz on a Back to the Future item? His hand is in the movie.
I think so. There's so much. I mean, I don't think he would sign anything Back to the Future personally. He seems like the kind of guy that wouldn't do. He seems very put off by that whole thing.
He seems like he'd like to put it behind him. Yeah. Okay, let's take a look.
Somebody says that Wednesday 13 looks like a Jason Green action figure.
Well, why can't I look like a Wednesday 13 action figure?
What does that even mean?
We called each other to coordinate our outfits before the show, but I have more gray hair today than Wednesday, though, I'll tell you that.
So you guys were talking about hot sauce. I'm posting in the chat here. I forgot. Lady reminded me today. I have teas, Wednesday 13 teas. If you want to drink me,
I would like to try that. What does this tea taste like? What flavor is the tea?
I'm posting the link in the chat right now, but I'm looking at it. Let's see. There is a chai. Black tea. There's a mango peach thyme green tea.
That sounds good. I like that one.
But they're all named after my songs. So there's a Good Day to Be a Bad Chai. Decomp Rose is one. Summertime Suicide and Chai My Bride. There's 4 teas they have right now. And I'll be selling some of these at the convention this weekend because I have some on hand actually. So
that sounds like a good time.
Yeah, but check these out. There's a cool company out of Jersey that does these, and they hand make these, and they're she's really into it.
Sean, do you drink tea?
I hate tea.
You don't drink coffee though, do you?
Hates everything.
I don't like coffee either.
Yeah, I don't like coffee. I'm with you on that.
I don't know that I don't like tea. I've tried some tea. I like drinking my I got used to drinking the throat coat tea on tour. I hated it at first, but now I kind of enjoy it. So I don't know that I don't. And I accidentally drank chai tea once, and I liked it. So I'm up for trying it.
Well, it's no surprise that you like to try things later in life, considering you
Yes.
had your first French fry, whatever the hell things like that.
Yeah. I had Taco Bell today. I had like a taco, I believe. I had a gordita.
I'm not sure Sean's representing Diet Coke. I drink a lot of Diet Coke myself.
What drink is that? That's not a Baja Blast, is it?
Diet Coke.
Oh, I thought it was blue. You confusing me.
No,
there.
the cup's blue. You can see that's the.
And that's a letdown. I thought you had like a really awesome drink, but you just got an average soda.
For Christmas, Nay got me one of those actual soda makers that with she bought the actual syrup bags from Diet Coke direct, and it has the carbonation, the CO2 thing. I'm still trying to get the perfect mix. It's good. It's got the fountain drink vibe, but
Everyone knows that Sean likes Diet Coke. That in the White Elephant, Nick Castle brought a Diet Coke scented candle, and I will tell you
still
where that.
on my desk, this for my 50th. I'm 54 now. Nick got me a whole case of these that says Sean Clark happy 50th. So I kept this one.
Wow.
Very cool. You stretch and kick. But Wednesday 13 did end up with the scented Diet Coke candle, which I thought was very cool.
I just saw it today. I was moving some stuff around, and I went, oh, there's that candle.
Now, here's a question for Sean, and it looks like a good one. It's a lot to read, so give me a second. Russell Towers writes, Sean, I love hollowed grounds. Any way you can show a map of the locations, please? I know it's easy to look it up on our phones, but seeing it as you say it would be cool to see. Interesting idea.
Oh, you mean in the episode? Like put a map up on the screen?
I think that's what he means. I think you could do like a guidebook or a map. I would buy a Sean Clark Horrors Hollow Grounds map, and you could put a pin in when you visit the different locations. And like, let's say California, Pasadena, and you can say all the things that were filmed there. We're just riffing.
Work
here.
that would be.
Well,
to put I've thought about doing a book. I thought about doing an app. An app would be cool, where you could just like punch in a movie and it'll show you where everything is, kind of thing. I don't know. Oh, wait.
Is this the guy who did it?
I don't think so. Well, that's his artwork and the pit. Maybe he's got a different name on YouTube, but yeah, Mark Beer. If that's Mark, yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah, and let's see. Somebody mentioning the Anne Margaret video. I'm not sure what the question was. I've been putting out content.
You think that was a wig?
It's a great question. Right? Great question. I would think it has to be, but I did watch her from the window behind, and if it was, I've always wanted to take Anne Margaret from behind. And if it's a wig, it's a good one, but I feel like it has to be. I mean, 82 years old.
I wonder if she would give that info to Ace, like just to kind of help him out, get a good one.
The Ace wig in my video is terrible.
I just saw some new video he posted showing off his cars. Did you see this one?
Yes.
That wig looks so bad in that video.
I wasn't paying attention to it. I need to pay attention. I saw the video, but I wasn't focusing on his
You
head.
can't unsee it now. No, Ace's wig is rough. I mean, I give him credit for going out there, and he's going to be going on before Steven and Warren. When I think of great guitar players, I used to think of Ace. I'm not sure what's going to happen these days. But yeah, I think Anne Margaret might have been wearing a wig. Sean, have you noticed an uptick in your YouTube channel analytics? Because I have.
Well, I had been I had been putting out stuff a little more consistently lately. I was hoping to have something else out this week, and then had a personal thing that some people know about that, I've seen a couple comments. A friend of mine passed away. So it definitely set things back a little bit. But I have noticed, like my last video just went, that Night of the Living Dead one, which has been done to death, even though I have some locations in there that have never been done. I thought it was going to tank. I was like, I hope this thing hits 10,000 views, and it's over 30,000. I was like, damn. So somebody's pushing the algorithm,
I think some of your audience, like mine, like to see us do the things, so even though people might have done it, they want to see how you do it. And you always find a different spin and find something that people haven't. But I think with the TikTok crash, I think there are people looking into other social medias, and I think that YouTube is pushing a little harder. Their theory is they're actually trying to help. I can only imagine what you're reading. I think they're trying to help new channels, give them a boost so that people will produce more content. YouTube makes a pretty hefty percentage. I did the video about Alice when I was with you in Arizona, And originally you were going to go, and it was just too
So I
crazy.
realized I'd been there before and how terrible that place was.
And you'd
to
been
eat
there,
at.
and it was awful. So I went and I said, we all, everyone who does YouTube sets a number they think is good. Sean has said 10,000. You'd like your minimum to be 10,000. I have less subscribers than Sean. I was happy with 5,000. Although now things have gotten a little crazier. But so that little Alice video, and I put it out late, and all of a sudden, as of today, it's at 60,000 views. I mean, that's insane.
I told you when she passed, you needed to get that out
To
right
get
away
moving.
because people start searching her and then that'll pop up. It definitely helps you. I mean, I hate to be morbid about that, but that when somebody for bad or for good is back in the headlines, it helps anything connected,
We're going to probably have to go out and kill the people subjects of our videos now. I mean, it would help the numbers. I did a signing a long time ago, with a baseball player named Roy White, and he's on the Yankees, and we had a few hundred photos, and this one guy said, "I'll take this many," and then when he was done, he goes, "It sucks because now I'm going to have to kill Roy White. I'm stuck with all these autographs." But yeah, I am noticing people watching, and then the Steven stuff people have been talking about, and then our stuff. We've been appealing to different audiences, different people wanted to
kids
see
love
some
us.
stuff. Say it again.
I said the kids love us.
The kids love us. It's true. Kids of all ages, and so I would like to talk a little bit though about firefighting, and
Well, that leads into views because I outnumbered you guys in my views this week alone. Didn't even plan on it. Well, I don't even.
Sean, do you know how many views his Instagram reel has got?
No.
It's over 5 million.
No, really?
5.2.5 million right now for that clip I sent you right after it happened that night.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's nuts.
It's crazy. And
do you make money off that?
Well, I didn't know about that.
I make money off it. I get like 200 views. You know how much money 5 million
I did
pays?
set up that this week. I am setting up the monetization thing this week. I didn't even know what a viral video. I just uploaded that because I upload stuff to my page every day. I wasn't trying to do anything. It was just, but man, that thing took off. Like I watched it over the weekend. Like I got up one morning, it was 3 million. I took a nap and woke up and it was 4 million. Like it was. Yeah,
you were making 2 music videos back to back. The first one was very tastily done in a church. There was semi-naked women making out. There were snakes.
Yes.
You didn't tell me that. That motivated me more to show up.
Oh, you missed out. It was nice.
Yeah,
it's nice. It's my favorite church experience I've ever had.
If you weren't going to hell. Now it's confirmed. But so that was the first day, and then you made another video, and it was going to be
so basically, the story is we filmed a video on Thursday here in LA at this church. It's not an active church. It's just a place that's an old church. They rent it out for videos every day. There's so many videos been made there, and I've been watching the videos online for weeks, and I was like, all right, our videos, I got to make it different than anything they've done there. So we brought in 666s, we brought in naked chicks and snakes, and the lady that rented the place, she was like, oh my, you didn't tell me about this. And I'm like, well, you didn't say there was any restrictions. So she was cool with it. But the following day we did a outside performance, and I wanted to make a graveyard. So my video director, Vicente, was like, hey, so I know a guy that rents out like trees and stuff, you can rent for movie sets. So instead of renting the stuff and bringing it to us, let's just go to the property. The guy said we can just shoot there. We can just do the whole thing. I'm like, all right, that sounds good. So we get there at 4:00. We set our graveyard up, and it's right off the highway.
Wednesday first. When you were looking for the graves, you went to a place to pick out tombstones. What was the first tombstone you saw?
there was that was crazy. Actually, Chelsea saw that. She went, look at the name on that because I'm blind, and I went, what? And it was the first tombstone I saw had Sean Clark's name on it,
Mhm.
Yeah,
which
you
is
you
bizarre. Just a
texted
little,
me a picture of it. I was like, what?
yeah, yeah. I need
And
to
I'm
send
very
that to you.
disappointed you did not rent that one immediately.
Yes, I am too. I was going to send you one with my name on it. I wanted to be in there.
I put it on layaway for whenever, and told the guy I would be in whenever you kick the bucket. We
when
just,
when the time came.
yeah, the time came. But
All
yeah,
right, go ahead.
we rented tombstones from this place that sells like movie props, and got some legit tombstones. Like I didn't know this. I didn't know you could rent this stuff. So it was definitely not party city looking stuff. So we made this really awesome graveyard. Everything was cool, and this property is right off the highway. And so when we were there, that it was only 10 of us there on the, or actually 12 of us on the property. And when it was getting dark, we were about to go shoot, and somebody goes, hey, there's a homeless guy over there right off the property. Maybe we should lock our cars because no one's watching, you know. And I was like, all right. So we knew someone was over there in that area. And we're about 3 takes into the video. So I'm actually looking at my video director the way I'm looking at you guys like right now, which is where the highway was over his shoulder. And we're on the 3rd take of this song. And I look over and I see my guitar player's hand do this, and I hear him going, no, over the playback. And just out of nowhere, there's a giant flame that shoots up off the side of the highway, like the size of a car. I mean, just out of nowhere, and it's pitch black outside. So for that thing just to light up like that was very odd. Like we didn't see a little spark or anything. Like we would have saw something, I would think. So it just shoots up, and my first thought is, oh, here goes my video shoot. Here goes everything. I've been planning for weeks. This is, all that's going through my head. Plus the fact I've been watching these fires for 2 weeks, and I've been making a game plan in my head. I've had a bag packed beside of my bed for 2 weeks in case we had to get out of here. So my brain's just been on this. So when I saw that fire, I just went into survive mode, and I told everybody. They were all following me, which I didn't even know what the fuck I was doing. So it was a full-on Three Stooges thing for about 5 minutes in this place. So it was completely
Chelsea
dark.
screaming at you to get away from it.
She's screaming. Everybody's going, "What do we do?" And I remembered before it got dark, there was a hose there, and I knew where it was. And I went, "There was a hose. Somebody pull a light out." So I'm running, and we're in full costume, right? And this fire's over there on the side of the highway. So we try to find a hose. I find the hose. I tell them to turn it on, but this is a place that rents out trees, and they water trees. So there's just water pipes everywhere and little nozzles, but we couldn't get it to come out of this hose. So I'm running with this hose.
Where's Donald Trump when you need him, right?
I'm running with
He
this
would have
hose.
showed you the magic spigot.
Yes.
He knows where it is. He'd save California.
They should have raked. They should have raked.
Full on Three Stooges move with the hose. I'm running toward the fire, and I'm not even anywhere near it, and the hose just catches and pulls me back. And I'm just like, this isn't going to work. So I finally run over to the fire, which is off the property over a fence. And it was a pallet leaned up against this tree. So it looked like a deliberate fire to me. And that made me even madder that someone had started the fire. I'm like, they're going to fuck up our video shoot. Fuck this. So I jumped over
Billy
the
Joel
fence.
running from the scene.
I jumped over the fence, and all my band guys were like, what the fuck are you doing? And there was an empty planter bucket there. And I just started scooping up dirt and throwing it on it because I've been watching these firefighters use these dump trucks and using these things to pour dirt on the fires. And so it worked. And then the bucket that I had had a hole in the bottom. So I'm picking up dirt, trying to throw it, and dirt's coming right out the bottom. So I feel like full on Three Stooges thing going on. So the videos that you see is all different stuff because at this point, no one can really do anything. It's like 3 of us over the fence. We're throwing the dirt on the fire. And then someone from the highway comes down, and they've got a fire extinguisher, and it's barely squirting out anything. And then another guy comes over there, and he's like, yo, what happened? You guys need some help? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, we were filming a video, and we saw this fire. And he goes, you started this? And I went, no. He goes, you guys started this. And we're like, no, we didn't. So we're yelling at this guy in the middle of putting out a fire. And we're going, fuck you. And S my D. And I'm trying to be PC for your show here so you don't get flagged. But
Mhm.
but we're literally putting out a fire, screaming at this guy, calling each other names, and and my drummer's going, "We're all on the same team. We're all on the same." So it's full on chaos. And we literally, once we realized that dirt was working, we got some more buckets, and there was a shovel there. It's ironically my logo with the 2 shovels. And I'm throwing it, and we almost get the whole fire out before the fire department gets there. So they get there and they spray it out with all this foam. And about 20 feet down from where that fire was, there was a full like homeless thing there, with all these people had all their stuff there. And again, I'm not against homeless people or accusing them for doing. I don't know. I just saw someone over there earlier that day. But when we talked to the cops after they put the fire out and everything, they said that someone had been lighting fires on that highway for 2 weeks. Small brush fires. They've been putting them out, and they don't know who's causing it. So either it's the same dude, they saw us. I don't know. I don't. But we got it out, and we went right back and filmed our video and finished the whole thing. And I literally was like in shock for like 2 days. I couldn't believe that happened. Like it
Yeah,
was.
and so it was funny is because you were texting us, and when you sent me the video, I got a text right after you from Stephen Piercy saying, "Did you just get evacuated for the fire?" And I said, "What is he talking about?"
Yes.
I was in the venue with the girls from Vixen and Michelle. The hotel that we were staying in was evacuated for a fire emergency. This is literally a second after I watched your video. So Stephen and all the band are out in the street. Turns out it's a false alarm. They didn't even tell us. Had it been an actual fire, who the hell knows? There might
Wow.
not be
That's
a
how
Vixen
viral
anymore.
your video went Wednesday. It
It
caused
did.
the alarm where he was at.
It did.
That's pretty viral. I was in Spokane. So anyway, you put the video out and people start to watch it. And
Yes.
here you have 5 goth-looking trans type
Dude,
rocket.
if you read
You look like
if you
you're at a
read the comments
screening.
on my posts, it's hilarious. The comments are, I mean, it's like, good thing the crow showed up to put the fire out. That's a great
Mhm.
one. Somebody goes, good thing Marilyn Manson was there to handle the fire. The ones today are, oh great, the Kiss Army was there. Good thing Motley Crue was there. So they've called us all those
You guys
names, and
look
then
like you were at a screening of the Rocky Horror Picture Show and a
well,
fire broke out and you had to run out and you've got platform shoes and what did
dude, and
what
I
does
thought about this afterwards. Like all of my stage clothes is all like painted. Like I'm a walking fire hazard. I'm.
what
I
did
could
the
have just
police
poofed up like any of that brush there.
what did the
I don't know.
police and firemen think of you guys? Like
I don't know. Honestly, once the fire department got there, I just kind of zonked out. I went, I gotta go sit down, because I literally just I led the pack. All the guys were ready to get out of there and get in their cars. And when I started fighting it, they were like, all right. Um, so, but it was kind of funny because I was talking to a few of my friends from back home in North Carolina, and they were like, I saw that video, and I knew you led the pack on that, because this is not like the first time I've had a fire get out of control in a backyard at a drunken bonfire. Like that was a weekend thing at my friend's house, was doing that kind of stuff. So I wasn't really really scared. So once I got up and saw that fire was containable, I mean, we got to put this out, and we did. I mean, that could have, if we wouldn't have, because the fire department didn't get there for 10 or 15 minutes,
there's a lot
that
of
whole place would have been gone.
There's a lot of fires in California right now. The people are overworked. But so here's what's interesting. So when a video goes viral, you got to have a few things to it. You know, it's got to be interesting looking. A bunch of guys dressed like drag queens fighting a fire. That's interesting. Fires in California are crazy right now. But you also got to get something in the comments. There's got to be enough people talking and interacting. And so in your case, stop me if I'm wrong, but there were a few people who accused you of starting
Oh,
the fire to go viral, and then you put it out.
yeah, well, because the first video I posted was only like 36 seconds, and then the second video explains it with multiple videos, and there's a third. But the first one's just kind of like, hey, we're filming a video. We put it out later.
Mhm.
So I can understand where people would see that and not reading into it and maybe understand that. I don't know anybody who would want to do something like that. Fire is like, I'm not I don't like fire. I don't like pyro. I'm scared of it. It terrifies me. But the idea of that thing consuming and destroying our, I had to do something. So I did it. My redneck kicked in, and I was able to put it out.
Yeah. Well, listen, you're a hero, and the state of California should honor you. Because if it wasn't for you, a few fake graves might have been burned to the ground.
I would have had to have paid for all those tombstones.
That too.
I'd
Yeah.
had to pay for all that shit. I'm just like, I'm not without a fight.
Mm-hmm. Well, anyway, it's if you haven't seen the video, you go to Wednesday's social media that I can't even say, Mr. Mother Effer. You can find it. And if you put it in Wednesday,
look at Wednesday 13 Instagram, it'll take you there.
It's viral. You can't miss it.
Yeah. But it's kind of funny because today a lot of people are because I went back and kind of updated and went, by the way, this was caused by an arsonist. And people are like, oh, you guys are cool. I like this. Blah, blah. And then, but there's some people that are just like, somebody was like, that's what I expected the Californians to, that's what I expected Californians to put fires out like a bitch.
Wow.
Somebody said because I can't put the fire out because I'm afraid I'm going to break a nail. Lots of derogatory transgender comments toward me.
The world is a very angry place.
Yeah.
You're lucky that you're not
in
getting
Guantanamo Bay soon.
Yeah, you're lucky that you're not getting the salute now. There's that new salute.
I know. I'm hoping. I'm glad my heart's not going out to anybody this week.
Yeah, if your heart went out,
back.
Fucking crazy. Oh, and speaking of hearts going out to you, I saw a thing on the news today. They're talking about all the people were able to go back to their houses today because they got burned down and go look at the property. But all the Teslas that have burned down, the batteries can spontaneous combust at any moment. So they're like treating them like bombs or something I read about. Like, it's like, what? They're like, yeah, they look like they're unharmed, but they could So there we go. My heart goes out to you, Tesla.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah. Good job, Elon.
Yeah, prick. I will tell you
good job, Elon. Thank you very much for that. Blow up the peoples.
Elon, by the way, Elon is the first lady of the country. I got a invitation.
Yes, Linda, you are correct.
I got an invitation from. It must be about your back pain. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got an invitation.
Bugging me today.
I get it. These seats too are uncomfortable. But I got an invitation from Instagram, and they said, "Hey, if you get this many views, we're going to throw you a bonus up to $15,000." Now, I don't think I'm going to see that bonus, but so I got to have 10 reels or posts that have more than 1,000. That's not a lot. And I thought to myself, and now look, I don't expect to make a lot off this, but had I had a reel that had 5 million views, I don't think you would have to be in this music business. I think you could retire Wednesday.
I did not even know how any of this stuff worked. Like, literally, I'm just like, what?
I don't think
the first day I was fighting with people about the comments. Everybody in the comments are like, oh yeah, very convenient. Every time I go in the woods in the dark, there's just buckets and shovels everywhere. I'm just like, you motherfucker. You weren't. And I'm like, nah, don't, delete. I did that the first day, and then I'm just like,
well, there's money out there on Instagram with the TikTok thing dying. There's money out there, and you got to have a professional account.
Well, I signed up for it.
I saved it. I saved it, Jason.
I'm signed
up
up
for it very bigly. All the kids love me now.
The best. He fights the best fires.
We're talking
Next,
about.
I'm working on the egg. This new thing called the egg. I found out at this word, the grocery. I've just learned about it. It's quite fascinating. I'm also surprised the egg comes in this thing called a shell. I've never seen it before because usually the egg is brought to me cooked, but it comes in a shell. I'm going to see if I can lower the price by removing the shell. We're working on that right now. We're looking into it very, very closely. Sorry, had to.
You're pretty good at that.
Very good. That was the most accurate one. We're talking about saving the world, and speaking of saving the world, this is a segue. My next guest on the show he saved the world in one of the biggest movies of all time. And thanks to Sean Clark for getting him on the show.
Oh,
Danny Cooksey.
Yeah.
Now, most of us know him as Sam from Different Strokes, but in Terminator 2, he does save the world. And
I look
Sean, he
just
was a
like
great
him. I looked just like him at that age when he was in that movie. I had that exact
picture.
look, that jean jacket, that hair. Exactly. I looked just like him, like a twin.
Sean, he was a great guest.
Oh, cool.
He was
I knew
very
you'd
easy.
like him. He's a cool guy.
Very, very laid back. And right before we started, he goes, so like, what are we going to talk about? What is this about? And I said, it's going to be pop culture. And he was fine. And Wednesday had a question. I asked him, who was the scarier bad guy on Different Strokes? The guy in the bike shop who molested the boys, or the guy who kidnapped him and Dana Plato? And I don't want to give it away. You'll have to watch the episode. I'll tell you guys, but for everyone else, you got to see who did he think was scarier. But he told me all about the episode with Kit, and
oh wow,
he was really he was okay with being fun. You know, we talked about, he was on a show called Salute Your Shorts that 90s kids loved on Nickelodeon, and he just was a good guest. And we talked about the band Bad for Good, which it actually is a good record. The drummer for Bad for Good is now the drummer for Avenged Sevenfold. So he went on to be pretty successful. But that interview will come out soon, and it was really a lot of fun. Definitely a good guest. And then a lot of people enjoying Sean's.
We found out David's a Trump supporter. If they don't like my Trump impersonation, they're always a supporter.
Usually they're bigger assholes, though. Like this, he might just be, playing along.
He might be. He might be messing. Yeah, I need to do the hands more. But it was spontaneous. It just happened in the moment. Give me some credit.
Jennifer says we should get Sam the Butcher on. Sam the Butcher is long dead. But interesting piece of history about Sam the Butcher. He's also Magilla Gorilla, by the way.
He's also
really? I didn't know he was Magilla Gorilla.
Next time you hear it, not that you're going to see Magilla Gorilla on TV anytime, but yeah, he was the voice. He is buried next to Betty Page, like literally next to Betty Page. The crazy thing at the Westwood Cemetery. But
yeah, David
my
said
favorite
he was
thing he
playing
ever
along.
did was the Andy Griffith episode where he threatened to beat up Barney. That's a great episode.
Mm-hmm.
And then they hire a Japanese guy to wear Barney's outfit and beats him up in the dark in an alley, and that guy thinks that Barney knew kung fu. It's pretty awesome.
Yes, I do remember that. Somebody's saying it has to be Gordon Jump. Gordon Jump ran the bicycle shop. You'll have to tune in and find out what you can say, Sean.
I think my guess. I think Sam's kidnapper was much scarier than the bike guy, because the guy that kidnapped Sam, I believe he said he was going to kill him.
Just wanted to give him a bath, keep him clean, Well,
the way that you could look at it, because I couldn't sleep last night. I stayed up all night after talking to Danny, thinking about it. The guy who was who got Dana Plato, he wanted a kid. They lost their kid at birth or something, or they couldn't have kids. So they just wanted to take care of a kid. But he did have an anger complex. I was way more scared of him. But now the other guy, Gordon Jump, he was playing with Dudley's black balls in the bathtub. That might be worse. I mean, I don't know. And Danny does answer, and his answer might shock you. While I was talking to him, I said, you're the only living cast member from Different Strokes, which is crazy. He's not in the original cast.
Todd Bridges still.
Well, and Todd, I mentioned that. I mentioned Todd, and he brought up Dudley. I forgot. We just saw Dudley, who was a client of Sean's at one time. But yeah, of the original cast, everybody other than Todd Bridges is deceased. I asked him, being a kid, did you notice how dysfunctional they were? Because Dana Plato got pregnant in the first season that Danny was there and had to leave. And he said he didn't really know. I mean, he was like 8 years old, and he'd already been on the Dukes of Hazzard and had some country music fame, but he said he didn't really notice. And at that point, Gary Coleman was like 45 years old. But he said it was just like a job to him. He stepped in. He said they were recording 2 shows a night. And he quickly bounced back. He was on Riptide, MacGyver, Mr. Belvedere. I thought a kid like that would be typecast, for the rest of his life. But anyway, he's got good stories, and he's one of the only survivors from that show. Here is AZ. Thank you. Oh, go ahead, Sean.
I was gonna say, I did have a quick Sam the Butcher thing. I don't know if I told you about this, and I can only say it here because, anyway, a lot of people are commenting that they liked the Brady Bunch episode. Well, the woman that was giving us the tour was very, very strict, if you will, and she didn't like any off-color comments, like anything that me or Scott on tape. We made jokes. There was one joke Scott made, and she was like, okay, basically, I'll just tell you what they were. There was 2 times where she kind of snapped on us. One was she was showing us this, I don't even know what it was, some lamp or something. And she goes, "Do you know what this is?" Like, I guess it was from a well-known episode. I didn't recognize it. And Scott goes, "Greg's bong?" And she goes, "Oh, you can't put that in. You need to cut that out. You can't say that. You can't say that." And he's like, "Oh, okay. All right." And then when she walked us into Alice's room, and she goes, "And this is Alice's room." And I go, "Oh, this is where Sam used to deliver the meat." And she's like, "Absolutely, you cannot say that." And I was like, I'm like sitting there going, "That's a good line." Everybody laughed, but her.
That would be a hard video for me to do. I mean, my videos are known for snarky comments. Had I had to play it straight, could be tough. I want to answer this question though. Do you think Gary ever made a pass at Dudley or Danny? I think Gary Coleman was straight. He was a married man. I don't think he made a pass at any.
I've never heard that he was gay, so I'm going to go with no.
I want to put a bounty out there. Anyone that can bring me on DVD the Gary Coleman movies from the 80s that he did, I'll put you on the guest list. I need some DVDs.
Which
I'm
movies?
talking like he's got a bunch. There's a bunch. There's some made-for-TV movies. I need to see all of these. There's one I remember where he was driving a car and somebody was doing the pedals. That was one movie. Wasn't one called the Heavenly Kid? He's like a little angel.
I think so. Yeah.
That one. There's several movies that he did that I want to see. It was around the time when Benji was very popular at the box office.
Yes, I completely remember that. And then Chevy Chase had "Oh Heavenly Dog" around that time.
Yes.
As well.
And there's some old Chevy Chase ones too I need to see again, like Foul Play and what was the one? Is it Best of Time? Was that best?
Seems like old times.
Seems like old times. I'm trying to get Michelle. Michelle to watch vintage Chevy Chase, Foul Play, Modern Problems.
Modern Problems is probably one of the greatest unknown Chevy Chase, and it's got Nell Carter in it, snorting cocaine.
And Nell Carter gets possessed and starts
Dabney
to do
Coleman.
Dabney Coleman, yeah.
Oh,
and the
I
big
love
line,
me some Dabney.
Yo mama, that was a big line in Modern Problems.
I mean,
what about the Gary Coleman movie Playing with Fire?
Oh, yeah.
The Fantastic World of DC Collins.
Yep, I remember.
The Kid with the 200 IQ.
Yeah,
I remember that one.
Mm-hmm.
The Kid with the Broken Halo.
Yes, that's the one we were talking about, the photo.
Scout's Honor.
Don't remember that one.
The Kid from Left Field.
He's got a lot of the Kid movies.
Yeah, he got typecast as a kid a lot, apparently.
Yeah, he's like 35.
It seems like at the end of the show, he was at least 10 years older than Danny. And it was strange because I was looking at these promo photos of Danny Cooksey with Gary Coleman, and they are really awkward. I'll show you what I mean.
I've got an autograph one in my room.
Do they look like they're affectionate with each other in the photo?
I don't know. Let me go find out. I'll be right back.
Pull out some of mine.
Hold my spot.
I think I have a couple.
Let's go find out.
These are going to be a little hard to see, but you tell me if these don't look a little strange. I mean, here's one.
They look like just like buddies in this one.
Oh, hold on.
That one's pretty affectionate.
Yours looks like buddies, but that's great. Yeah. But this one, that's one, and they're arm in arm pals. But let me
good
find
family photo.
Yeah, if you're Uh-huh.
And you gotta love this one. This is because this is the classic Danny Cooksey we know and love.
Yes, the mullet. We
The
brought that
headshot
up.
Danny Cooksey.
He rocked that mullet for quite some time. By the way, it's amazing how fast Sean.
See, that's how I looked. That's how I looked when I was like 15.
It's amazing
100%.
how fast he was able to find. Up there they are. Danny Cooksey. Hold on.
It's called being organized.
Yeah, I got to try that sometime. Oh, look at that.
Hey, there it is. That's the
Mhm.
same one.
Look at that. You contributed Wednesday to Sean's.
Yeah.
That mine's more official. Mine's like so that's like his SAG bullshit on there.
Like a screener. Yeah. Hold on.
I just got one of the old Walgreen copies, but I'm all right with it.
All right, so we showed these photos, and then hold on. Here's just another example of they really had the two fellas affectionate with each other. You know,
I know Gary doesn't look like he's legitimately enjoying that.
I'm trying to do that for a new promo photo, but I can't find the right person.
I don't think he was enjoying it. It sounded like he didn't want to be there at that point. This is my favorite. Maybe get this one at the conventions.
Oh man!
So I'll talk a little bit for a second because Steve Vai created this band called Bad for Good. He found this kid Thomas McRocklin, who was 12 years old, and he put it together and produced it and produced a kind of quality record. But they had this fold out poster in the CD. Remember when we used to buy CDs and it would fold out? Well, this on the Bad for Good record, I never forgot this because it was so weird. If this is the picture, and if you folded it out, it would be 4 teenage boys shirtless, nipple and all, when you fold it out. And I did ask Danny, did you not think this is? I mean, I don't want to say Steve Vai is Michael Jackson or anything, but who the hell decided to promote teenage boys? They're between 12 and 16, standing in a room where it looks like they're naked, and when you fold it out, they might be in tidy whities or something. I don't know.
The actual photo is they have socks on like the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Does that photo you just showed us fold out even more?
Yes.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
they got little socks on their little rocks.
It folds out and it's uncomfortable. He agreed.
What did he? Oh, I guess you want to wait. We got to watch the episode to find out what he said.
Yeah, you got to watch the episode to find out. But I mean, I thought about it. You know, I'm the same age as Danny, and when I saw it as a kid, I went, "This don't look right." You know, something's not. I picture Gordon Jump in the bicycle shop directing those kids. You know, all right, guys, let's get those shirts off. You know. But it was fun. I hope interviews like that do well on the channel because, I'd like to do more. I'd like to do more than just talk to, heavy metal musicians. Tomorrow I'll talk to
Jamie.
It will. I think so too. I think.
Hey, I noticed a couple questions I wanted to answer. It was from way back. Somebody asked if Malfunction was a Vegas band, and then somebody said no, that they were from Orange County.
Okay.
I mean, we played Vegas a lot because Frankie was from Vegas. In fact, our first 2 shows ever were in Vegas. So if he thinks he saw us in Vegas, he may have. I don't know who said that or asked that, but
I couldn't find it, but yeah.
And just update on all that. I leave on Monday back to Vegas for rehearsal round 2. So
wow.
And the band finally gets to see.
Rehearsal? You have a rehearsal spot, or do you just go to someone's house?
It's Frankie has a warehouse. He has a business that's like 22,000 square feet. So he has a full setup there. So we just show up and play.
That's a lot of feet.
But,
that's a lot of feet.
Yeah.
Square feet.
Yeah. But the documentary is done, and I'm going to be debuting it to the boys on probably Monday. and
That's it.
hopefully it gets the thumbs up so I can actually put it on the channel. And people,
Yeah.
if they want to sit through it, they can. I've shown it to a couple people that aren't even fans really of that genre of music, and said like, I can turn this off anytime, you know. And they're like, no, this is really good. And they watched the whole thing, both people. I was like, wow, that's kind of cool, you know.
Where do you listen to Malfunction? Is it on Spotify? Where do you? I haven't heard it.
That's a good. I know our EP is on YouTube.
Okay.
It's I think individual songs, but quite honestly, dude, the band really got so much better since that EP. Like, where we were when we broke up was next level. The stuff we were writing was, but I mean, you can listen to the EP and go, okay, I kind of see what they're doing there, but it got way better. You know, anyway.
Yeah, well, it's interesting, and I think a good story sometimes means a lot. I think people seeing the characters and hearing about you guys who haven't played in so long, and then suddenly trying to put it back together, I think it's interesting, and that's where we're at now. It's almost, you know, it's reality television. And,
I found some funny. I found some funny pictures. We did this photo shoot. This is actually in the documentary. I'm giving a little spoiler here. That we talk about our management was trying to give us a look, and at the time they were trying to get us to wear basically like rubber. And this is you want to see one of the looks?
Yeah, I do.
Mhm.
You had me at rubber.
Yeah, you guys probably look like you're going to put fires out. Wow. You look more like fire starters than fire putter outers. Where are you?
Where are you at?
That's me in the silver jacket.
That's what I thought. The tinfoil jacket. That's great. That's great.
Yeah, we talk about how we weren't really into this. So, anyway.
Yeah, very cool. Yeah.
That was very short-lived. We did like one show like that. We did a whole photo shoot, played one show like that, and then we're like, nah, we're done with this shit.
I'm just going through.
Have either of you guys ever wore a helmet on stage and tried to play a song? Because it's
many
difficult.
helmets.
Like full, it's hard to hear anything.
For a second, I thought I was missing out when Sean's. I was like, Sean's done it too.
I mean, like an old school dirt bike helmet with a shield, like from like those. I mistakenly did that in one of my old band shows we were playing. I'm like, I made this space helmet out of a motorcycle helmet, and I wore it on the last song, and we didn't test it out, and we got, and I couldn't hear anybody.
Just like a big potato. You know what's funny? I still have that jacket. I still have it. I mean,
Maybe
I
it'll
don't wear
match my helmet I have. We can make a spacesuit.
Yeah, no, it's.
I don't think that. Well, I don't think that the band. I think they're getting bands mixed up. The band that you have with Frankie is more of a Korn. Yeah, why don't you call that?
It's along the line. It's, I guess, new metal. Yeah, it's along the lines of Helmet meets Tool meets Deftones, that kind of shit.
What is the band?
A lot of people meeting there. Like, how you doing?
What is the band? The name of the band? Is it the Heathens? That's the soundtrack to your show. Is that right?
Yeah, that's more of like a
punk band.
I guess you'd call it punk. It's more rock, but it falls into that punk thing, I guess.
That theme, your theme, definitely has that punk vibe. You know,
yeah.
People who've watched Sean's channel, which, by the way, you can go and subscribe right now. Malfunction. Just search Sean Clark and it will come up, and you can get on there. And Wednesday we'll have a YouTube soon. He's sorting it out.
I have a YouTube channel now.
Mm-hmm.
I do.
Do you know how people can find it?
I think I can send I
haven't seen one of the things you've put in the comments yet. Is anyone else seeing Wednesdays?
Yeah, I haven't seen it either.
I saw it in there. Is it not coming up?
Put one in right
Somebody
now.
Somebody says they want to see a picture of me with long black hair. Do you want to see
Let's
a picture
see if
of me
this
with long
comes
black
up
hair?
here.
I can show you one.
Yeah. Well, we saw some. You know, we were saying that sadly, Sean had a friend who passed away. We were talking about it before the show, and some of those pictures on your Instagram post, we saw your long hair. Sean and I have been to so many of the same places in our life. and didn't even know it. We look at pictures now. There's probably pictures where Sean is in the background of mine, or I'm in the background of his, and Sean had the long hair at that point.
I'll grab one. I'll grab a good one.
See if this comes into this now.
Okay.
I just posted. Did that pop up?
Right. I don't see anything yet. No.
Well, then why do I see it? But I'm in there.
I think you're sending it to me in the private chat. I bet that's what you're doing. No? No one's seeing it.
Weird.
Are you doing your own show somewhere else?
No, I'm in the chat here. It even told me to be careful in the chat room. Like
You're probably sending it to it.
And I see everybody else chatting, so I'm reading. I'm in the comments right there. I'm right in between Jet. Comment says, "Ain't getting a phone signal. I am."
Yeah,
pissed.
no. I see his here's his comment. Here's his next comment. Here's Anne Marie, but no Wednesday 13.
Yeah, it's in the chat when I'm there.
Here's the boss. The boss says she doesn't see it, and she's the mom.
How is that possible? How am I seeing it here? Hello.
You're playing solitaire, I think.
Okay, I just said hello again, and it's. How is that not possible?
Oh, wait. Is this you? Or is this somebody else?
Yeah, that's me.
Okay, well, you finally figured it out.
Well, where was that other one? Did you get that one? I just sent another one. That's my link. Is it not showing my links?
No.
What does that mean?
I don't know. It should show your links.
Well, if you click on that picture there, that's my
with
page, right? Wouldn't that be the same thing as my picture is my page?
Oh, they're saying links don't share in the main chat. That's what it is. You're not.
Okay.
Yeah. Now you can private. Hold on. Let's look at Sean first.
Yeah.
Look at that. Long hair Sean.
Whoa. Is that a locker?
It's not focusing very well. What's that?
Is that a locker room?
That is the locker area at Disneyland, right by the entrance.
Oh, I recognize it. I used that not too long ago. I thought it was either that or a morgue. If you parted your hair down the middle, we would really all have a look together. If you send your link to me, there's a private chat. I don't know if you know how to find that. It's on the far right.
I don't. I learned how to turn this on earlier today. So
on the right of the channel, it'll say like banner style, but it says private chat, and you can send me the link, and then I can share it.
Okay.
If you see that, but they're not allowing you. Yes, Michelle to the rescue. Definitely good to have someone in my life.
I don't know how to send you a private thing though. I don't think.
Well, just tell us what. If you want the tea, can you go to your website?
No, it's actually brutalities.com.
All right.
Like brutal, itease.com.
Mm-hmm.
And it won't let me write that out on the chat either.
I don't know. Wait, there's some people are finding it. It's not too hard to find.
Yeah.
And they can follow you on social media. Wednesday the Firefighter.
Yes.
At hashtag Wednesday the Firefighter.
Oh,
there it is.
I spelled it wrong. Don't click on that if it even. I can't spell today. Brutality.
Probably won't go through anyway.
I can't see.
Sean, what's coming up on your channel? What can people see next?
I don't know.
Well,
maybe that doc. Unfortunately, I feel like there's going to if it's approved, then there's going to be the issue. Whoa, why should we put it? Why should it be on your channel? Blah blah. My thing is, I was going to suggest, hey, I mean, you can upload. Everybody can upload it to their channel. I don't care. Like if Frankie wants to put it on his channel, if Al wants to put it on his, I don't think Shane has one. I mean, I think you'd get a lot more eyes on it on my channel, but
I was going to say that exactly. I was going to say I think you could bring a lot more eyes at the end of the day. It's not like you're getting rich on this. It's funny is when we were discussing the photo to have at the convention, I said to Michelle, I go, it's like being in a band. We're all making notes on. By the way, if this was the band, you guys are the easiest people I've ever dealt with. I think we're all pretty no nonsense. But in Sean's case, you're dealing with musicians, some he hasn't seen in ages, and all of a sudden you're giving people an opinion. It's a it's a dangerous thing.
Yeah.
There's the link.
So
to
as
the tea.
far as what else is coming up, I'm trying to think. Oh, I think the next video is going to be another collection video, updating more Halloween props from the Halloween
Nice.
franchise. That I'm finishing that right now. New channel. I don't have a new channel. At Malfunction is the YouTube channel, or just search my name, Sean Clark.
Yeah, easy to find. All the content is on that. So whether it's his collection videos or location videos, or in this case the band videos, Malfunction. So that is where you look. And Sean, are you going home after this Creep IE, or do you go right to Vegas?
I have to go. I got too much shit with me. I'm gonna have to take it home. Nay's staying here, so she'll be here, but I'll fly out on Monday. And are you going to be in town?
Yeah, I'll be back.
Okay, because I'll be there till Thursday. Me and Lawton are talking about grabbing tickets to Tears for Fears. I don't know if you're into them at all. They're doing a residency. So.
Oh, that's cool. I saw they got a big tour coming up with some really cool opening bands. Did you see that? One is Soft Cell.
No, that's Simple Minds. You're mixing it up.
Yeah, all right.
It's Simple Minds, Soft Cell, and Modern English opening.
Yeah.
Oh, but they did just announce a great show for Orange County Fair, and I'm pissed because I'm almost sure I'm out of town. It's the opening band is Mission UK, The Church, and Psychedelic Furs.
Nice. That is cool. Awesome. I think I saw that.
Yeah.
It's funny that we're talking about the Orange County Fair. It feels like yesterday.
I know. It's creeping up again.
I still haven't released my video. I looked
Did
the
you
other
actually
day.
shoot a video? I didn't remember.
Kind of. When Wednesday had to bow out because it was the spinning rides were too much, and you and I rode the skylift together. And what was so funny about it is we said if we should die, if this thing we fall, we die, someone will make a YouTube video. And you said that Grim Life would say, I bet they were screaming on their way down, And I said that they would say it happened somewhere around here,
in this area right here. Sean's body lied bleeding, covering Jason. Jason broke his fall partially, but he did break his back and die in the process. Something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it'd be something like that. I know, but but anyway, I think we're gonna go. We're rehearsing Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, and then Thursday. Wait, no, strike that, reverse it. We're rehearsing Monday, Tuesday night, Wednesday night. I think's the concert, and then I'm coming home Thursday.
All right. Well, let me take a look. I'm not sure what
we haven't bought tickets yet. I looked them up online. They're pretty cheap. I was hoping to get on the list because Al, our guitar player, is teching for Tears for Fears, but he hasn't. I mean, I just told him, hey, I got to book my flight, so I'm gonna plan to go to the concert. If I have to buy tickets, I'll buy tickets. I've never seen them. I've always wanted to see them.
Yeah. Let's see. Just put up some of these. Saying they couldn't find. I got to start putting Sean's link. From now on, I'll put Sean and Wednesday's links in
right here. It's literally next to my fucking name.
Yeah, it's a good point. It couldn't be harder. Yeah, copy and paste.
Do either of you guys know Matt Penfield? Because I just heard about the stroke thing. I've kind of just recently got friendly with him through Spencer from Ice Nine Kills, because we were in that Welcome to Horrorwood video together. And we kind of bonded on set.
Well, this just came in, and I put the comment up, but we didn't get to it. He interviewed Stephen Piercy. We did a KLOS live thing. You guys were out of town, and Matt Pinfield was sort of the host of it. And so I've seen him around and talked to him. A nice guy. I've heard that he wasn't in the most healthy condition other times, but.
Yeah, he lost a lot of weight though. He'd gotten
lost a ton of weight.
Yeah, well, he was from what I understood, he was hit by a car. That was the accident that he had, and that was a big deal. And he got really sober, like I'm gonna say really. So he got sober, but he was like really into it, like posting every day at the gym, showing this stuff. And then I just saw the other day that he posted about that, but I heard that happened a while ago. Like that's not recent. Like
Well, he's
Well, it has to be fairly recent because
no, it is. I'm
was
just saying, but it's not when the news came out. Like
yeah,
it's been a week or two.
been
I
like a
think,
month or
since.
something.
oh,
No,
yeah.
it had been that long. It's been. I heard about it, and then I was surprised I didn't see it online for a few days, and then it just
Oh.
came out yesterday. So
I will say,
but I'm glad to hear that though, because that means he's probably doing better.
that's not what I read.
But I don't know.
It sure
What I
doesn't sound-
read did not sound like he was doing well.
Oh.
Yeah, people are making it sound like it could be bad, but
Yeah.
I don't know. We
mean,
wish him well.
I guess like I mean, it's bad enough that his his wife or girlfriend like got like power of
It's his.
to
So it's his. It's his.
I
It's
did
his
not
daughter.
read that. Because I had already heard what had happened. I didn't read. I thought that was just going to basically say but I didn't read that.
Well,
So
Matt
maybe that's
Matt
his
Pinfield.
daughter. Yeah,
Matt Pinfield's daughter
that's
is
right.
filing for conservatorship. She says he's incapable of making any health or financial
Wow.
decisions. So, and they're concerned about his money and his personal property. So that is what is happening. And so Matt
The one
Pinfield, for
thing
those
I
who don't
will-
know, DJ.
The one thing I will say about him is he was a massive chain smoker. I mean,
Yes.
like constantly smoking cigarettes, like which is not good for you, obviously. Obviously the car accident he had, getting hit by the car, isn't going to cause you to have a stroke, but that definitely fucked him up. But as far as him getting sober and all that stuff, the only vice I knew about was the smoking quite heavily.
I had heard he had addiction issues over the years. I mean, I don't want to talk out of school.
Well, when
but I
you're in
think
an
that-
accident that bad, pain meds, some people tend to get hooked on them. You never know. Yeah.
without even knowing it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone's asking to see my fair video. You can see it, but if you can go to Sean's video and you'll see me Wednesday and Sean trying food. Sean did the food aspect. I kind of just did a little fun thing of us there, so you guys can check that out. Yes, he hosted 120 minutes. He was going to do the 90s cruise, which was coming up. I'm going on the 80s cruise. I think the 90s cruise goes first. He was one of the hosts, but yeah, we hope he'll be okay, but it doesn't sound good. Okay, a lot of questions for Sean. First one is, when do you think The Shining Horrors Hollow Grounds will be done?
Oh, it's going to be a while. I still got to go. I still have 2 major locations left to get, and they're far. Well, one of them is the Timberline Lodge in Mount Hood, Oregon, which I've been there, but it's a trek to get there. And the other one is in Montana to get all those open and driving shots. Once those are done, I have all the footage and I can start editing. I did start editing actually some of the stuff I have, but it's gonna be a beast of an episode. So it'd be, what, I'd like to try to get it done this year.
That's a good start. Okay, another question for Sean. Russell writes, Sean, what was your funnest? I believe that would be most fun. Hallowed Grounds episode to film. Be at American Werewolf in London seemed like an absolute blast.
That's tough, man, because you have fun at different times. I mean, people ask me what my favorite episode is, and I always say session 9, and I do still think that was probably the most fun because that built, just the excitement of allegedly breaking into that abandoned building, whether security driving around the place 24/7 and being in this dangerous place that's creepy as fuck and pitch dark, couldn't see your hand in front of your face unless you had a flashlight on. It really, your adrenaline was high the whole time. So that was the most fun for sure.
I think also when you film those kind of videos, sometimes seeing something that personally means something to you sometimes makes so much that maybe the viewer doesn't see. And I think that good YouTubers and good location people bring that emotion when they do it. and I think Sean's videos show that when he sees something that you can tell meant something to him. Some of these movies are smaller movies. Sometimes those are your best ones, the ones where maybe not everyone knows, and maybe some people probably watch the movie later. Question is, did I dislike the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as much as it sounded? I've been twice. It's not great. A lot of the memorabilia is replicas too. They have like lyrics. It's very obvious they're photocopies of the lyrics, and that to me is not quite as exciting. There was a lot of hip hop. I'm not against the whole hip hop thing. Call it the Music Hall of Fame. I don't care. But there was a lot. I mean, when I walked in, it was rap central, and I don't know. And then there's like, here's Olivia Rodrigo's evening gown. I try to sniff it, but and for the most part, it was all kind of silly. That video got killed. The algorithm killed me. So they do this thing where you can show videos to your members first. So I did that, and then you're able to start a premiere of the video, and that's what I tried. So I made that video 20 days for members. So when YouTube let me make it public, they said that it had already been out for 20 days. And for people who don't know about YouTube, YouTube judges your first 4 hours. Do your subscribers watch? If your subscribers watch, then YouTube will push your video to more people. So it essentially killed that video. Rebel from the waist down with the 666 super chat. Thank you very much. There's questions for Wednesday. 13. Any chance you'll do a cover of Kiss Firehouse, considering the video shoot made KTLA 5? There Goes My Hero.
Oh, it did make KTLA. Huh. Interesting. I didn't know that.
That's right.
The chances of us playing a Kiss song or any Kiss song is very, very possible, because that's all we do is listen to Kiss. It's kind of ridiculous. If we could get by playing a whole show of Kiss songs, we probably would.
You know who told me to say hello to you? Big John, who was at Michael's security guard, and he was on the show Rock of Love.
Yeah.
But he called you a nickname.
Awesome. He's so nice to me. He loves me for some reason. I don't know why, and I appreciate it. But he really likes me.
He called you a nickname that I didn't know. Maybe it was a letter. B? Does anyone call you B?
Dub. Probably.
I've heard that, but that wasn't what it was.
I don't know. Maybe that's what he called me. I don't know.
Matt Lucas says, I will say the funniest part of Horror's Hall of Grounds was the ending to Halloween 2 when Sean was in the hospital bed. If I have to say a moment, it's when Sean fights with the guy during Halloween 3. That's the best one. He's with Tommy Lee Wallace, and some local character, riffraff, tries to mouth off.
Crackhead.
That's the best.
I want to address a couple things on here. Somebody said, where is it? Gold Movie said HHG for The Shining would be like 1 minute. No, like 90% of the movie was sets.
Right.
Yes and no. So the idea of this episode is I'm covering the book, the movie, and the miniseries. There's so many misconceptions that it's a real place, and people go, I stayed at the Shining Hotel, thinking they stayed in the place where the movie was filmed. So I'm going to all the locations that basically are, involved in The Shining, from the one hotel that the interiors were based on for the sets, to the hotel that was the actual exterior shots of the hotel, to the hotel where they shot the miniseries and Stephen King wrote the book or came up with the idea. And I go to Elstree Studios, where the sets were built. I don't really get access in there, but I'm there outside of it. And there are some other spots people forget about, like the Danny and Wendy's apartment. That they show that building, I went there. The shots going, the road shots in the opening, I'm going to go there. So I'm going to cover everything and specifically break down to just dispel all the rumors of it's a real place. You know what I mean? So that's the main focus, is to kind of break it all down, and covering all three of those, it will be a monster episode. And somebody also said your Clockwork Orange video was killer. I want to say Warner Brothers hit me with a copyright thing about 2 weeks ago after it'd been up for almost a year.
Wow.
And I was like, it has like close to 100,000 views. I was like, oh, you got to be kidding me. So I disputed it, and they struck me down. And then I did one last ditch effort to dispute the turning down of the dispute or whatever. And they waived it. I couldn't believe it. They let it go. Yeah.
It's a good thing you pushed it then.
Yeah. Because technically by law, it's fucking protected under what do you call it?
My lawyer's here in the comments. It's a reaction video though. It's a reaction video, and that is allowed. You're doing it for historical purposes, showing locations,
educational,
and you are reacting, and you're not. It's not like you're profiting on the screening of the movie.
Fair use, fair use. Sorry, thank you, Maury.
Okay. So anyway, I'm going through, but I think that video for Shining sounds good because I think you'll have the one-stop video where it was inspired, where it's made, and you'll answer all the questions to that. People want to see.
Russell Towers said that Bill and Ted's was one of the I worked on the hardest. I don't know about that. I worked on it pretty hard, but funny thing, I did the Bill and Ted video with Adam LeWoo, right? Used clips, Warner Brothers movie, didn't have any problems, right? Then I found a couple locations later, and I took those locations, added them back into the movie, and re-uploaded it as a complete episode. That got hit with the biggest copyright thing I've ever gotten. In fact, they blocked it in all European territories for some reason and demonetized it. Yet my old one is still up and fine. So go figure.
Yeah, I've uploaded things where they've caught something and then I re-upload it and they didn't catch the same exact thing. It's not a exactly foolproof system. It's funny. I was up last night at 4 a.m. and I was watching Adam LeWoo's Adventures in London. And at one point, he recommended his good friend Sean Clark's video.
Somebody said that. I can't find it. I couldn't sit through all those. So
it's a lot. It's a lot. I had.
Where did he bring it up?
Let's say it again.
Where was he when he brought it up? Was he in an American Werewolf location?
It's like the Piccadilly Circus. It's towards the end of the movie where the wolf comes out of the theater. I guess he's in front of where the theater used to be. I think his hotel was right there, but he says that he said, I'm not doing a full location video because so many people have already done it and have done it better. And anyway, he recommends Sean Clark. Jennifer Brothers with the super chat, $5. Thank you so much. Wednesday, question for Wednesday. What movies would get me on the guest list in Columbus? All right, Gary Coleman only. Is he frozen?
He's in deep thought.
Wow. I was like, what the hell happened to Wednesday?
He's in deep, deep thought.
If this was Wednesday method acting, it would be genius. Should I just do his voice for hold on. I like all kinds of movies. My favorite is movies with Gary Coleman. I like the ones pre-Different Strokes, but I don't like hamburgers. I don't want none of that. All right. He'll answer you when he returns. He's frozen.
What the hell happened?
I don't know. That usually happens to me around the 2-hour mark, which is 12 minutes away. He'll be back.
Frozen Wednesday. This is what happened. Somebody asked for a freebie and he just ducked out.
Yeah. He didn't want to.
Guest list. He said the magic word.
He didn't want to say no. Sean, what are we going to eat in the Ontario area? Is there anything fun going on? It's good spots?
Well, it's funny. They switched hotels this time. We usually would eat at the hotel restaurant. I'm not the fine cuisine kind of guy. There's a Yoshinoya beef bowl. There's a Yoshinoya beef bowl like right by there that I'm down for. But they actually have some pretty good food trucks at this show. They have food trucks that come, but they're just ridiculous. Like a pizza this big is like $25. So,
well, we'll have to look, and we'll have to see what we can get Wednesday.
his phone died, he said.
Try. He said it?
Yeah, there's a post that says Wednesday 13 official, my phone died.
Oh, yeah. That's odd that Wednesday didn't know to keep it. Well, we'll go 10 more minutes and we'll get the hell out of here. We'll see if that'll be 2 hours. A lot of people watching today. We've never went under 300, which is great. I'm glad to see.
I saw it dip to 299 for a second. I did. I did. I saw it. I looked over and I was like,
I must have blinked. I must have blinked. I missed that. Yeah, he ran off to put some fires out. What if he's like a superhero? Like, what if he's like John Ritter's movie, Hero at Large, where he looks for fires now? He's got like one of those CB radios, and when there's a fire, he runs out in a costume. His is sort of trans-esque.
He's more like Condor Man.
Condor Man. Oh, my God. I totally forgot that. Yeah, that's so funny.
Ontario,
anyway,
California. Yeah, who's coming? Who are we going to see at CreepyCon? Anybody coming?
Yeah.
We're going to sell one signed photo.
That's right. Well, that's why we're going to go online. People in the comments should let us know if they're interested in getting one so that we know to have it for you. I'm going to show it real quick, I think. It's hard to... let's see how this looks. Hold on. Let me solo that. It's hard to see, but it's very cool. And I think, and that I think you could tell who's who. Wednesday is in his Elon Musk costume, so that's easy. And Sean has
a Tesla employee outfit, I think.
Yes, and Sean has his hair, his traditional hair, and I'm spray painting the FMK with a part in the middle. So I think
I thought you said you had some FMKs for tonight.
I had it before the show.
I thought you said that before, like at the beginning, that you had
I might
some.
have saw it, and it might be so far back. But if someone has, I did see one, and I think I just forgot it. It was probably
okay.
at least,
No big deal.
Someone asked one with a bunch of guys, and I mean, I would do the game, but anyway. But so hopefully, if you guys want one of those things, Whatnot is a fun auction site that I've done from time to time. I've done them with Stephen Piercy, and basically we'll be live at his booth. And if you want to get one of these things, you can do that, and you can get it personalized, and then the shipping department, who's not here right now, will ship it to you. And we'll see how many people come over. But I sure would like to see meet some of you people in person. Yes, they're saying Wednesday is in the chat. Let's see. Here's a question for Sean. Sean, do you think Monsterpalooza this year will have the ballroom open with all the life-size movie props?
Yeah, they always have the museum.
That's what I thought.
At the Pasadena show. The Pasadena show always has the museum.
Sean does do East Coast shows. Sean is global. He does shows everywhere. But that 90s con that I keep talking about is in Connecticut, and I'll be there. And Sean has an amazing roster. But that's not the only one. I mean,
I'll be at Monster Mania that same month in March in Cherry Hill, New Jersey.
Cool show too. Yeah. So Tina can't make it to Creep IE, but that's why if you go online and you'll see the information, then we'll make sure to get one for you. And same with you, Down is up. There's going to be a link, and we'll sign them for you, and it'll be fun. FMK, I feel like this one's come up a lot. Marsha, Jan, or Cindy. I think F, Jan, Mary, Marsha would give it to Cindy, I think.
Well, yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
I think I'm on board with that. Although the pigtails are kind of hot.
Yeah, I mean, there might be something there. I don't even know who. Now I get it. They're asking in characters. Jennifer Marlowe, Bailey Quarters, or Daisy Duke. I believe those are the two WKRP girls. Jennifer Marlowe is Lonnie Anderson. Bailey, I can't think of her name, but she's the straight.
The glasses, the cute, nerdy girl.
And Daisy Duke, who's a fiery Latina, Uh, I mean,
I
we're
don't
talking about
know.
in their prime, right?
I'd have to look up Bailey Quarters again.
I mean, I remember she wasn't bad looking, but I think I would maybe I'd F Lonnie Anderson and marry Daisy Duke.
I'm looking at picture.
Yeah,
Picture
he'll
here.
take a look. It's a good thing
Oh, that
Wednesday's
Bailey
not.
chick was cute.
No, she was cute, but I would want to bang Lonnie Anderson just to say I did it.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I think but then Daisy, I wasn't never a huge Daisy Duke fan, to be honest with you. I think
Yeah.
I'd go with I think I'd marry the Bailey chick.
She'd probably be a better wife.
Yeah, she seemed like she had her shit together.
Yes, that's hard to find. Is there any information on another Aussie convention?
Possibly. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. I'm excited. I got my phone call pop. I'm excited.
It won't
I
be very
think-
easy for you to get there.
Another
I'll tell you
country?
that.
Yeah, I got you.
I didn't say that.
Okay, you didn't say yeah. Can you say what it rhymes with? Wednesday's not here, so I believe it's going to be $40 is what we discussed. We kind of throw things together, but I think that's what it is. It's affordable for the whole family.
Signed by everybody.
And it's signed by all three. Yeah, we're not charging per signature. We're charging per item. And so Linda Carter, Lindsay Wagner, and Deidre Hall. Deidre Hall was on the Sid Croft thing, right?
She's a lecture woman.
Lecture woman, yeah.
I would go marry Linda Carter.
Yes.
And bang Bionic Woman.
Me too.
I was a Dyna Girl guy myself, not an Electra Woman fan. So
yeah, I'm with you
again. The pigtails.
Mm-hmm. Where do you get the photo? So you're gonna have to follow us on social media. It'll be live on Saturday. I'll share the link everywhere, and for an hour or so. Sean's also busy at these conventions. I'm the only one who's kind of loafing around. But we'll have it up. Michelle is going to be shipping over time, and I can say there's 50, 50. And when they're gone,
this photo kicks and stretches and kicks.
Mm-hmm. And that's it. So, but I want people to be able to get them. And I certainly it'd be nice to meet some people, and we'll make a show out of this too. I think. Okay, pool. I know I'm reading different things. Phoebe Cates, Demi Moore, and Brittany Murphy.
I'm marrying Phoebe 100%.
100%. $1,000,000%.
And I'd have to. I think I'd be getting rid of Demi. Never been a fan.
Yeah, she looks good for an old broad in that substance, though. Yeah,
I'll pass.
I think I'm with you. Let's see. Oh, Wednesday's playing FMK at home. Mo, Larry, or Curly.
The home edition.
Home edition. Yeah,
FMK the home edition.
Yeah, we might have to market that with that in your map, the Sean California map. Yeah, Phoebe Cates. It's funny, as I told Michelle, we should do like a dating game, not a newlywed type game, where we're on with our significant others, and they answer questions about us. And Michelle said, I don't really know how the game works. And I said, I'll give you an example. They'll ask, like, what chick would I want to bang the most? And I go, if it's anything with chicks, what would you say? And she goes, Phoebe Cates. And so she would be right. Pretty much the answer for everything.
Mm-hmm.
Phoebe Cates. Oh, Horror Chick. Sorry. Horror Chick 71. Thank you for the super chat. Jason, do you have a P.O. box? I do. I don't know it, but I do. And we'll get that. I have gifts for you Wednesday. Sean, will you still be going to Mad Monster in Atlanta? I don't know if I was ever going. Sean will be there, though, 100%.
No, I think it says she has gifts for you on Wednesday. And Sean, will you still be going to Mad Monster?
Yes, disappeared. Yeah. So if you want to bring gifts to Sean in person, you can go to the Mad Monster. I want to go to Atlanta. I've wanted to go and see some of the Cobra Kai locations and things, but I don't know when that show is. But
it is in March. Let me see. I have it right here.
I think I'm away. I'm doing 2 weeks of cruises. But thank you,
It's
Hort.
March 7th to the 9th.
I'm in like the Dominican Republic or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yes, Sean will be there, and your gifts are encouraged. And if he doesn't like your gift, I'll see it at the Christmas party in the White Elephant. So let's see here. Does Wednesday have a PO box? I don't know. You would be pretty PO'd if you lived in a box too. Let's see. Some of these things. Oh, we should talk about this. I should have brought some pictures. I don't have them, but maybe next time. Lorraine Lewis has an OnlyFans account.
Oh, I was going to bring that up. I totally forgot about that.
Here's
mine, 66. By the way. Just put it in there. So,
what did you put in?
My PO box.
Oh, okay, perfect. That you can. It's funny. You can't share a link, but you can certainly share your address. Anyone who would like to write to Sean. This is a box. He doesn't live in it. And
don't send. Do not send these. I got more than I need. Right.
Yeah, please. He has enough of those. What was I get my dementia kicks. Oh, Lorrain Lewis.
Oh, yeah. Dude, I would have been all over that if it was back in the 80s.
If it was 45 years ago. She's 66 years old. She is the former.
Can't stretch.
No, nothing. She's the former singer for Vixen. So I was on the road with Vixen.
Hold on. I take issue with this. She was the singer of Femme Fatale. That's what she should be known for. They keep saying former singer of Vixen.
You're right.
She's like fucking saying that whoever the last person was in Skid Row is the former singer of Skid Row.
You're right.
I knew her from Femme Fatale, and she had a couple of hits in Femme Fatale. Oh, look at this fucking guy down. Look at this guy down here.
I had just enough time to make some coffee that you guys like. See, this is why you should drink coffee, because you can get cool.
I'm looking the wrong direction.
Look at that. Look at that.
Right.
Look down here.
Oh, Con Air.
Yes.
I'm trying to get some photos ready of Lorraine Lewis for you guys. But I agree with you. And she had a song that I liked too.
Waiting for the big one.
Well, Waiting for the Big One is
there was another one.
No, there's another one. In and Out of Love. Falling in and Out of Love.
Yeah, that's right.
It's a good song.
Yeah. And she had those little jean shorts she would rock.
Yeah.
I had a picture of her hanging up in my locker in 7th grade, and I had it where you pulled the locker door open and it folded down. It was that picture of her and those little Daisy Dukes. I'll never forget this dude named Quentin Williams who picked on me. He ripped it down and he said, he called me the F word and just stared me in my face. And I was like, okay. So it was a moment. So every time I see her, I think about that dude. And
I think weird. It's okay. Where did Sean go? He's frozen now too.
He vanished.
Coffee?
Hey, get rid of him and put me back in his spot before he knows it.
I don't know how to do that.
Get rid of him and put me back beside you. I want to be the top. Oh, no.
I couldn't do it. I can't even see the chat right now, but I want to share this with you because this is timely. This is timely.
Sorry, I'm baking. I got one. You know those Lou Malinado? Is that what it is? Those deep dish Chicago pizzas.
Oh,
Lou
nice.
Anyway, I ordered
never had pizza in my life. Don't even know what you're talking about.
Anyway, I ordered a few of those online, and we're doing one up. So I had to get it takes a while to get the oven preheated, so I had to get it started. So
it's called Lou Malnati's. I've gone
Malnati's. There it is.
Yeah,
fucking
Malnati's.
Good.
Really good deep dish pizza. And listen, by the way, I'm going to need some more super chats because Michelle's out of town, and I don't know how I'm going to make dinner. Anyway, let's share a little bit of Lorraine Lewis for those who've been asking. There she is.
Whoa.
There she
what
is.
Has she got her arm? What's she covering herself up for? What's going on?
I see a little bit of areola there at the bottom.
I think a taste or a tip or a nip of it, maybe a little something.
Yeah, get those glasses on. See that?
She's a very
Now,
nice
is it
woman.
true that she's the daughter of Jerry Lewis?
I don't think it's true.
Did she must have had a nose job done, right? Because she had a little more of a Jewish nose, like back in her heyday.
That's racist.
No, I
I
liked her
don't
better
know.
back then. I think she kind of, I mean, I thought it gave her more personality. Find a good old 80s photo of her.
Yeah, I'll look for one right now.
You know who else had personality? Alfalfa.
Yeah.
Okay. But here's another one.
He called that his personality, that little thing on his head.
Here's another one,
if you
though.
know your little rascals.
The chick from Ferris Bueller and Dirty Dancing, Jennifer
Yeah,
Grey.
she's got a crazy
She
nose
screwed
job.
herself
I didn't even
up
know
by
that's the
getting a
same
nose
girl.
job.
She
Crazy.
definitely screwed herself up. 100%.
Doesn't even look the same. I wouldn't even know.
Yeah.
Jennifer Grey was way hotter.
She had a distinctive look that she completely blew by getting the nose job.
Yeah, there's a little vintage Lorraine.
Couldn't find the little Daisy Dukes. You couldn't find one of those. Come on.
I think I got that's the image is.
Come on.
Small. Hold on.
I remember always wanting a metal shop shirt like that. Just like that, cut right down.
That's
to
a
my
Meta
breast.
Shop shirt. It says Meta Shop, which is very current.
Meta wasn't even
very
around
current.
back then. Meta's a new thing.
We're very hip now. We know all the latest trends, and we know that Wednesday could be rich from his 5 million views, but he's not.
How am I? This weekend, we'll have to figure
There
out
we
how I
go.
can get some back payment. That's the picture. It was ripped down right in front of my face, and I was called the F word. Like, why you got these pictures in here? Aren't you an F? That's what he called me. I can't say it, but it rhymes with maggot.
What I would have done if that happened to me, I would have whipped it out right in the spot and masturbated to the photo to prove to him that you weren't.
You know what I did, though? I went back to his locker after hours, and I took my dad's super glue, and I glued his lock on his locker so he couldn't get into it.
Ever since...
Take that, dude!
Ever since Sean described her nose, the chat has turned into Elon Musk territory. Somebody makes the point that she was on the TV show Remote Control. I'll tell you a funny thing. When I was a kid in high school, they filmed Remote Control across the street. And every day when I would walk home, they go, hey, we need some people to be in the audience. And I would sit and watch MTV's finest show, Remote Control, hosted by Ken Ober and
I liked
Colin
it.
Quinn. Adam
TV
Sandler
mattered,
was
nothing
on it.
else did. Yep.
It was
good.
It was fun.
Remote Control.
One thing I'm very proud of, it reminded me of what you said Wednesday. I have a couple photos that I don't know. I think I might have taken one. I don't remember who, but I have a couple photos of my locker in high school. It's like the door open, and I used to decorate the inside with band stuff. I've got some really cool pictures of my old high school locker.
I wish I did. Me and my friend, I'm not even joking. We made our locker look just like Chainsaw and Dave. We had nothing but Fangoria, pictures of people completely skinned alive. And like our teachers are like, you can't have this in here. And we're like, yeah, well, what? Like it was good times.
So what's the deal? Are we subscribe? I was going to suggest I subscribe to it and we analyze it all on the chat.
Yeah, well, if you do, we could film us checking it out this weekend.
Yeah, that maybe we'll do that. Yeah, because I think we should review it. Now, I was told that it's a lot of pasties and thong, and I heard that some people spent a lot of money and didn't see your old butthole. You know what I mean? And I think
gotta see the old butthole.
I mean, for $75, I want to see. I want to see the old roast beef.
You want to see? You want to get in and out of love.
Everyone's always looking at the hole, but you got to keep your eye on the butt at all times. You're always looking at the hole, but it gets your mind off of the butt. You got to pay attention to the butt, guys.
Well,
just letting you know. Just letting you know.
We become quite.
Actually, that's what I heard. David Lynch said that about donuts, and I was just trying to turn it around into
Did you know that David Lynch, and we're going to talk about that before we go, every week, every day, he went to Bob's Big Boy by your house?
I know. I tried to go there, and it was packed, man. It was like people were literally. It was a big deal for several days there. I went a few days after, and it was still crowded there.
It looks like he had a chocolate shake.
Yeah.
Mhm. And I
a
watched
cup
the
of
story
coffee.
on it, and he talked about the shake. He went there every day for 7 years at 2:30, and he went there at 2:30 because of the shakes and the machine where they would put the mixer in around noon, and he figured around 2:30 he had just enough time to do all of its stuff and chill and be a perfect shake for him. And he said that in that 7 years he only got 3 perfect shakes.
I watched that same video.
It's cool, man.
Isn't
It's
that
really,
video
really
freaking
cool.
awesome? He goes
Really
into
cool.
such detail about the cup. The cup
I
has
wanted
to
to go-
be
I wanted
just
to go to Bob's
frosted, just
instantly.
right. It has the
Yeah.
frosting on
The
it.
frost.
And-
The
yeah.
frost.
So-
Because they used to do it when the containers, so they'd have in the freezer, and they bring them out, and
It's
I mean,
amazing.
dude.
We've probably been in there at 2:30, I'm sure, when he was there. Wednesday, and I've eaten lunch there several times.
Yeah, I go there quite a bit. Yeah.
But one of the things I love about Sean Clark is his honesty. You know, Sean, at the end of the day, is a fan just like the rest of us. And before he was an international superstar, Sean's a character, just like me and Wednesday. Your obituary for David Lynch was amazing. And if you haven't seen it, you can go on his Instagram. Sean talks about how he went to a press junket where they were covering an event with David Lynch, and it was at a Marie Callender's. And Sean talks about how they were bringing out the pies, but no one brought out his favorite pie, which was a chocolate meringue pie. And I like that, Sean, you describe it. You were nervous. You were anxious that your pie might not arrive.
David picked up on. He was sitting right next to me, and this was exactly what happened. I'm sitting here. Right here is David Lynch. Right across from me is Laura Dern, and then the rest of the journalists were down the. I just happened to get sat right next to him, and they're bringing out all these pies. And I'm thinking to myself, Marie Callender's. All I care about Marie Callender's is the chocolate meringue pie. I get it for my birthday every year since I was probably 10. Okay, I'm not a cake guy. And they're bringing out, they brought out like 20 pies, and I'm like going like this, and he sees me getting visibly upset, and David goes, "What's wrong?" And I go, "Well," I said, I explained to him, I said, my favorite pie that I get for my birthday every year is a chocolate meringue pie, and from Marie Callender's. And I go, and I don't see one. He goes, "Get this man a chocolate meringue pie." Like that. He yells to the waitress, and they got me one. And
that's awesome.
Amazing.
My favorite, I didn't put this in the stories. I'm going to type all this out. But so I'm sitting there talking to him. We're having pie. And I said, "So David, what's your favorite? What kind of pie do you like?" And he goes, "Well, I like apple pie, and I like peach pie, and I like chocolate pie, and I like banana cream pie, and I like." I mean, he went through probably 40 pies, and then he just goes, "But I'm not crazy about rhubarb." So, there you go.
It's now that we know how his love for the chocolate machine and what time it comes out. He related to you about the chocolate meringue pie that your favorite hadn't come out yet. A great story though, and you wrote it so well, because I felt like I was there and I could picture, Sean anxiously. He's with one of these huge directors and actresses, and he's concerned about his pie.
Did either of you ever go to that Marie Callender's that used to be on Wilshire Boulevard? It was a 2-level one.
No,
I had it.
No, that's where it was. It was upstairs is where they had it. And I was just like, and the crazy thing was, I'm a huge Lynch fan, but I hated Inland Empire. I thought it was three hours of my life I'll never get back. And when they asked me if I wanted to cover the junket, even though I hated the movie, I'm like, I got to meet David Lynch. And an odd twist on that story, if you had read it, and you may not have made the connection, Jason, the person I mentioned that was my friend, that was the huge Lynch fan that I got the autograph for, is my friend Mick that just died. So
You know, I now that you say it, I makes sense, and yeah, it's sorry to hear that, but you guys shared a lot of stories. You know, I hate to say, you know, you read uh, when someone passes, and we talk about it, you do realize that we're on borrowed time. You know, even more, and every laugh you get, it means something. You know, when we come on here and we talk about Lorraine's old roast beef or whatever, the laughs are what we'll have, and the memories, and you think about that because like I said, it's borrowed time, and I'm trying to live as much of they say live your best life. I think all of us are. I think we are out and active and doing the things we love and still collecting the things that keep us young, and I think that's why, you know, physically we might be getting older, but mentally I think we're getting younger.
Yes.
There's a David Lynch FMK in honor of his passing. I don't even know if I know what all these broads look like. Sherilyn Fenn, very hot. Imagine Mick, she's hot too. And then Lara Flynn Boyle.
Yeah.
I can't play
What do you
this
think,
one.
Wednesday?
Sorry.
I'm gonna have relations with Lara Flynn Boyle, and then the rest of them I don't even know.
You don't know who they are?
No, I don't know
Sherilyn
about. I
Fenn
mean, I
is
might.
so hot.
might.
Sherilyn Fenn was in Boxing Helene, and she loses her arms and legs, and
don't remember
let's
that
not
one.
forget. I think what was that? What was the name of that one movie?
he would know
Meridian. The full moon movie Meridian.
She was in something though that Wednesday would know. Hold on, I'll get to the bottom of this.
The Wraith.
Oh, what a great movie! Hey, speaking of the Wraith, can someone tell me what is going on with Randy Quaid? Have you guys seen this Twitter thing that he did 2 days ago?
No, I have not.
We're not looking at this, Jason.
What is?
Hold on.
I can't see who that is.
Let's take
That's
a look.
Sherilyn Fenn.
Hot.
Oh, okay. That's who yeah, she's the other one too. I did a convention with her recently.
I used to work with her.
I would marry her.
Maybe I thought that was Lara Flynn Boyle. Who's Lara Flynn Boyle?
Lara Flynn Boyle was the real skinny one that used to date Jack Nicholson back in the day.
I think I like her too. I think, you know what? It's going to be pretty hard to choose between. Well, if you marry somebody, you get to have relations with them. So I guess you don't really lose out with any of this. So
did you ever see Sleepwalkers?
Mm-hmm.
The main girl in Sleepwalkers is Machen Emick.
Okay.
She's hot. She's the least famous of the three. I'm a fame whore.
She's in
I hung out with Lara Flynn Boyle at the Cannes Film Festival, and I thought I could have got her, but I don't know. She that night she seemed like she was interested in the same sex, but maybe we were just hanging out because everyone else was speaking French. But she was super, super cool, and I had a sort of Lara Flynn Boyle crush. So I would have relations with her. I would marry Sherilyn Fenn, and then let Madgen go. Sean, what are your thoughts?
I said I can't play this one.
He was just one of the guys. She was after the girl that was the guy. Yeah.
Yes.
No, she was after. Yeah. She ended up with the brother though.
Right. Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Now we're talking. Right in the middle of all this talk, what a wonderful tribute to Sean's friend. I like that. Like we're right in the middle of this disgusting conversation, but you know what? If Sean's friend is anything like Sean, he would have appreciated a good game of FMK.
He would have, and I don't want to start talking about him.
Now, have you guys heard anything about a Soul Man 2?
See, don't worry, Sean. You might get emotional, but Wednesday's here to fix it. I heard about.
Well, now
Soul
you start
Man
talking
2.
about Soul Man 2, I will start crying. Well, it's funny. As soon as I think they greenlit it on January 6th for some reason, it's
Soul Man 2.
Yeah, you didn't get the joke. Come on.
Oh, I got it now. Yeah.
No. Oh,
the new one. It's now okay to make that movie.
What about this one?
Soul Man 2. I'm telling you, that's a great one, and the prequel to Old Yeller is another great one. Young Yeller.
I'm friends with Diane Franklin too. So
Yes. Well,
Elizabeth Shue, she's Adventures in Babysitting, right?
yes.
but I would
Karate Kid,
marry
Ali
Jamie
Wong.
Gertz,
Who's Jamie Gertz?
She's a
Lost
billionaire.
Boys,
Yeah,
and because of
Oh,
her financial,
she's a billionaire.
she's a
she's
billionaire.
star.
What'd she
She's
do?
star. Come on,
She's married to the owner of Atlanta's basketball team.
Less Than Zero.
That's
Come on.
no fun.
I would have
I'm not into
relations.
her. She's dead to me. She's dead to me.
I need to
I'm
get my
taking that
posters.
money.
Who's
Plus, I'm a
Diane Franklin?
basketball fan. I get to go to games.
Listen. There's a guy in Vegas. His name is Chuck Brennan. He owns a thing called Dollar Loan Center. He's very wealthy, and he told me there's a guy coming to the Stephen Pearcy show, and he said he's the owner of that team. I'm so bad with sports, I don't even know the team. And I
Atlanta
said,
Hawks.
"Holy Atlanta Hawks." And the guy told me, if you want to come to a Hawks game, I'll get you courtside seats. And I said, it's funny you should say that, because me and my friends have these Lost Boys things that we need to get signed. And he said she's very nice, but and he said she is an owner of the team. She's not just his wife.
But is she always there? Because I think unless she moved, she lived in L.A. I bumped into her at the Sherman Oaks Galleria having dinner one night.
Maybe it was out of season. The basketball only has
maybe it was. I bumped into her in a cheesecake factory. Oh no, P.F. Chang's. It was a P.F. Chang's. She was with her kids. I talked to her as she was leaving. I didn't want to bother her, but she was very nice. I brought up. I didn't know how rich she was at the time, but I brought up that I worked with Alex Winter, and I brought, hey, would you ever? And she goes, call, reach out to my manager. I knew that was the blow off, but whatever.
I've heard it. I get
At least you got blown.
Mm-hmm. Well said.
Oh yeah, Crossroads. I forgot she was in Crossroads with Steve.
That's
Vai.
right.
Yeah,
and someone
good call there, Kay Pfeiffer.
Someone wrote a quote here in the comments. All balls itch. It's a fact. That's a great line in that movie.
Yep.
How come that guy doesn't do shows? Has he? I think his name is Billy Jacoby or something.
I don't. What else was he in?
Needs to, and he's in multiple stuff. He's in just one of the guys. He's the Little Beastmaster, which is his claim to fame for me.
LBM.
Mm-hmm. Little BM, Little Bowel Movement.
Mm-hmm.
No, I was turning the oven on to have it
preheating.
Plus, those things take 45 minutes to cook.
Sean, do you like
to get an air fryer?
Sean, Wednesday and we go for BJ's quite often. Do you enjoy a good BJ's every now and then?
Me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love the Pizookie. I like their little deep dish pizzas too.
I don't think I've had.
I don't like their food at all. I just like the Pizookies. Next time, let's just get French fries and Pizookies.
Well, just heads up, Wednesday, Pizookie is food. Just so you have to retract that statement.
But not on the actual food chain.
He just likes dessert.
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
I don't know anything about.
I'm gonna go throw my pizza in while you guys are babbling.
I don't know anything about Randy Quaid's video.
I got to tell you. So the Randy Quaid video, someone sent me a video. It was on Twitter, and he is going off about some movie executive guy that's ripped him off of money and has caused him and his wife all this heartache. And in the video, his wife's behind him in a bathing suit. And he was like, he's doing this talk about how this person screwed him over all these years. He can't work or whatever. And he goes, so what I'm going to do, and he pulls the picture out of the guy's face and he says, honey, come over here. And he gets his wife, he puts the picture on her face and he gets behind her and he goes, I'm going to F her like you F'd me.
I think this is old.
I don't know what it is.
I think it just resurfaced.
What is it though? It's insane. It's just like, what are you doing?
He went crazy and he posted these videos and he wasn't going to be able to work at all. And he's finally able to do these conventions and things. But I think it's old and that just resurfaced because he was really nuts.
It's insane. It's worth watching because it's. I don't think it makes him look bad. In fact, I like him even more after seeing it. If that helps.
It's not a Buzookie, it's a Pizookie, and yes, it's like a cookie with some ice cream and some other accoutrements, if you will.
accoutrements. I remember when I didn't know what that word meant, and I used to just shake my head like, and somebody would say it like, "Yep, I know what you mean."
Yeah, I do that to this day.
Yeah.
I do that when we're advancing shows and sound guys have like really crazy questions. So you guys bringing the Behringer? And I just go, mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I go look at the thing. I go, yeah, all right, yeah. So
I-
who's on? And some, you know this better than anyone. Sound guys love to talk in like industry lingo. And
Yeah.
how many inputs? And I just go, what? And then, are you going to be on this? And then you can do that. And yeah, and I just nod. But, here, Sean's back. There you go.
Pizza is cooking.
I hate all local sound men most of the time. That's why we try to bring our own guys, because I don't want to deal with that anymore. It's just,
We were talking about a sound man for the upcoming Stephen Warren, and the names that this sound man had done before. I don't think I'm giving anything away, but they're like, yeah, he just got finished with the Olivia Rodrigo tour, and he's getting ready to do Sabrina Carpenter. I mean, it's pretty major as of now. Those are pretty major.
Not all just a laptop.
That's what I thought too, but you got to be good at it, running that damn laptop. Yeah, sound guys is a scary job, and you definitely want to have your own. This whole Stephen Warren thing we're doing is a whole new world. Now we're talking about touring with, Warren has techs and there's other things.
oh,
It's
yeah.
not
He's not gonna go set his shit up like
No.
the other guys were, and he's gonna need a tech. You're gonna need a front of house guy. Like you guys are going big time again.
lighting guy.
I know all about
Does
it.
Warren have his own lighting guy that just lights him only?
That would be great if they start bickering that one wants lights more than the other.
A light rig only on stage left.
I
Just a
will
box
be
around him.
I will be at the M3 festival. Yes. Jamie Gert's net worth is $8 billion. Sounds a little high, but she's got money.
I'm just not into that. I'm not into it. Even if she's a billionaire, I ain't into it.
No. Wow, these are getting ridiculous, but I can't say no. Christina
do that
Applegate, Selma Blair, and Parker Posey. You don't represent these people, do you, Sean?
No, I've kind of gotten friendly with Selma, but we don't know each other well enough to worry about it.
All right.
This is a very difficult one because I see SEX for all of them.
Two of them are in very bad health.
I'm not thinking about that.
Actually,
though.
Selma's doing pretty good now.
Old days.
Sean is right. Selma is doing great for considering. I believe she has. I don't want to say it's either Parkinson's or multiple sclerosis, but she is doing very well. I will tell you that I used to play this FM gig with Ron Jeremy, the real Ron Jeremy, and he once told me that he would sleep with Elizabeth Taylor. And I said, "You mean now?" She was like at the time, 100 and not dead. And he goes, "I just close my eyes and she's Cleopatra all over again." And I thought, wow, that's talent. All right. Well, you want to go first, Wednesday? You seem to like this one.
What is it? I can't read the question. Why is it not?
Christina Applegate.
Oh, did this freeze up?
Selma Blair.
Hold on.
Parker Posey.
Okay,
Do you know who Parker Posey is?
I do know who Parker Posey is. She's she's very attractive. She's in Dazed and Confused. She's in Best in Show.
Best in Show, yeah.
She's amazing in Best in Show. She's such a bitch in that movie, but she's
Busy Bee. This is not Busy Bee.
You obviously don't know my dog. You obviously don't know my dog. She just keeps yelling at that at
Scream 3.
That's right.
All right. So
let's
I honestly, I mean, all these ladies are beautiful. So I'm gonna have to give my love to them from the waist, and but it's very hard to pick. I don't want to off any of these ladies. I don't want to marry any of them either. I'm just gonna probably Parker Posey. I'm gonna have to have relations with.
Okay.
Christina Applegate. I think she's hotter in Anchorman than she was on Married with Children for me. So I might want to marry Veronica Corningstone. Selma Blair. I hate to have to get rid of you, but I'm going to have to. Sorry.
Hellboy?
I never saw Hellboy.
I don't think that was bad. Sean, what do you think?
Relations with Selma and Mary Parker.
Wow, that's the upset. Yeah, that's. I would marry Christina just like Wednesday. I'm shocked, and I think
never
relations.
found Christina Applegate attractive. I mean, I don't find her unattractive. It
Not
never
your
did it
thing.
for me. Everybody was always crazy about her, but I was like, all right.
I thought she was okay, Married with Children, but I thought she was she's hot in Anchorman. That was my favorite.
That was an interesting one. Okay, this is a super chat, which is good because I got to pay for dinner. Sean, any ETA on the next 2 Heads episode? I am reading abbreviations.
You know what? I really don't know. I mean, it's totally up to Chris. I'm just waiting on him. We did that one episode that I accidentally didn't hit record on, and it may have just killed his motivation.
Lost, the lost.
The lost episode.
Yeah. Okay, a lot of people asking, is Johnny Monaco let go? Well, so there are Stephen Piercy solo shows this year, and he will still be there. And then there's Piercy DeMartini shows, and Johnny will not be part of that. Warren DeMartini and Carlos Cavazzo will. I
can't even get him a teching gig for Warren, maybe?
Might be a good gig. Yeah, I mean,
no.
You have a point. People agreeing with Wednesday 13's picks. And this is Chris also same as us, and it was tough though. I like Selma Blair.
I do too. I hate to have to murder her, but sorry.
All right. Well, so I guess it's almost time to wrap up. Sean's Deep Dish Pizza's probably got another hour.
8:10, so I've got like 40 minutes.
Those things take a while, but it's going to be good. I'm going to have
to. As my father used to say, good food takes time to prepare.
Mm-hmm. I mean, some people hate the FMKs. They get so upset and offended. Meanwhile, I just talked about Lorraine Lewis's 66-year-old labia, and Wednesday talks about sleeping with dead women. And God knows what Sean says. But if you guys want to do this one, Christy Swanson, Kim Cattrall, and Melanie Griffith.
Who's Christy Swanson?
Buffy the Vampire Slayer on the movie.
Okay, I got you. Kim Cattrall, she's Mannequin, and Melanie. I don't like any of these. They could all just go rot in a grave right now for me.
Kim Cattrall was Lassie in Porky's. If that might help.
Big Trouble in Little China.
She was in Police Academy, so I'll give her that. So all right, I'll have relations with her. The rest of them can just go die. That's it.
For me, it's a little tough because Melanie Griffith had such a pleasant rack in that Working Girl movie, I think, where she shows it. She showed it a lot. She used to live with tigers, though. You guys ever see the pictures of Melanie Griffith living with tigers?
I think I did.
It's insane. Her daughter is somebody famous too and hot, I think. Can't think of the name.
Who's the other girl I get her mixed up with? Who's the girl used to date Dennis Quaid forever? There was an Inner Space.
Meg Ryan.
Meg Ryan. I always thought
Yeah.
Melanie Griffith and Meg Ryan kind of looked the same to me, and I used to get them mixed up when I was a kid. And I went, "Oh, she's the older one."
One has a bigger rack.
Yeah.
Well, hold on. I shouldn't take this off yet. Sean, do you have an investment in this?
I know I'm friends with Christy,
Right.
but I would definitely have relations with Kim.
Yes. And who would you marry?
I don't want to play the full game.
Oh, right. That would be. Yeah, I got you. That would. I mean, if I play the fame game, I would have to marry Melanie Griffith, but she's an older person. But we're talking about in their prime. Christy Swanson also hasn't missed a meal in a while. I'm going to get in so much trouble. I think I'm.
No.
Yeah, and well, then Kim Cattrall, I picture her on that Sex and the City show, and she's so obnoxious. She's like the girl on the Golden Girls, Rue McClanahan. She's an old, horny.
And she kind of wasn't that cool in Police Academy, so I just don't.
She's so hot and Mannequin, though. Come on.
Mhm.
I didn't like Mannequin. I don't like that. What's the dude?
Are
in
you
that? Andrew
on Mannequin 2 on the go, or was it on the move? What was it on
I don't like
Mannequin
Andrew
2?
McCarthy. I don't like him. That's why I didn't really like Weekend at Bernie's. I don't like that dude. Don't never liked him.
Man,
Thank you.
Never
Thank you,
liked him.
Jay, for sharing that. Jason City Photog, Dakota Johnson. That's the daughter. And some of these are so ridiculous. This FMK. I'm just.
you know what I'd
send
love
me-
to see? You know, I'd love to see. I'd love to see fucking Wednesday standing on stage, playing a show one night. Look out in the audience and see Andrew McCarthy stand in front of him, tears streaming down
Just
his
like-
face, as
I'll
his
be
heart
like-
is broken. That one of
I'll be
his
like-
favorite musicians says, "I
And then I'll be
hate
like,
that
"That's what
guy."
I thought. You're a little wimp. You crying at my show on the front row. You little wimp."
Sean, is Robin Tunney one of your clients?
Yes.
Someone's asking about Nev Campbell, Robin Tunney, and Fruza Balk. Nev and Robin are definitely Sean's.
And I know
Fine.
Feruza too.
Yeah, so he can't play. I would marry Nev F Feruza and get rid of Robin. Not that I want to. She's cool.
You know what?
And she's had
I'm
90s
compl-
song.
I'm
I agree
completely
with you
on
on
board.
all
I mean,
those,
we're
Jason.
talking
Mhm.
back in the
Off the
day
record.
version.
All right.
On
well,
board.
And Robin is going to be at that 90s con also, by the way, that I keep talking about. I see, Sean, you added her, which I think is really cool.
They're trying to get Feruza.
That would be
But-
great.
Good luck.
Uh-oh.
She don't fly, and she lives
Oh,
in
is that what
Cali.
it is?
You're gonna drive to Connecticut? Mm.
That's a long way.
You better get going.
Start now. Horrors Hollowed Grounds. Weekend at Bernie's.
No, there won't be.
That would be a Hollywood Hollow Grounds if he did it, but I don't think he's going to.
Yeah.
Yes, Sean knows a lot of people for sure. Yeah. Yet all these people Sean knows, I still ended up with a knife at his Christmas party in the White Elephant. By the way, Lawton has the knife. That's
Have
where-
you even played that Kubert game yet?
No,
Sean?
it's still in the box. You know what's even funnier is Brian is the guy who brought it, and he came over to my house the other day and he goes, "Hey, I have the actual like shipping box that it came in. Do you want that?" And I go, "Yeah, bring it over. It'll help me sell it." So
Mhm.
any
See, that would have been a
chance-
cool gift if you didn't have like 19 full-size pinball machines in your house.
Yes.
Yeah.
Night of the
You'd be like,
Demons.
"Yeah, this is look at what I'm gonna do with this little thing." Yeah.
there's like Night of the Demons has like one location. It's just a house, I think. I mean, there's kind of boring episode.
Okay. It's amazing. We're approaching 2 hours and 37 minutes, and my connection hasn't gone out. That's nice.
I probably have another 1 million views on my video.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, by now for sure. Yeah, for sure. And now everyone who's watching is going to go to Mr. Mother Effer Wednesday,
Mhm.
13th.
Go check it out and watch the videos. Watch it,
Yeah.
and I explain the story. You can see the footage. You can see how far away we are. And I'm thinking about going and doing my first YouTube video where I kind of go back to the scene and walk it through and show the whole thing and see the fire
Light bulb
spot, the
going
burn
off right
spot.
now.
Yeah. What do you think, Sean?
Dude, I got a fucking idea for you, dude.
Let's hear it.
You need to pick up Paul Stanley's old gimmick, a Wednesday 13 fire hat.
Mhm.
You should fucking
You know,
do it.
You know, a fan brought me a fireman helmet in Australia, and it's somewhere in one of my boxes out. I don't know where it is, but I have a
Looking
white
good.
with my logo on it. It's pretty cool.
Time to call out the firehouse. Yeah, I think it would
Time
be.
to.
I own 2 stage used ones, as you guys know. You've seen them.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think that would be a good move. Here's an interesting one.
Ooh.
Someone's asked about Motel Hell. Is there anything left?
You know, that's that's a bucket list one. That's at Sable Ranch is where they shot that. It's a movie ranch, so it's all sets, but that motel set, that building is still there. Well, it was before these fires. I'm
Oh.
hoping it didn't. I'm hoping because there was shit going on out there. I haven't heard anything about that place getting damaged, but I've been wanting to get back on Sable Ranch. I've only been there once. When I did a set visit on Devil's Rejects, as they shot that there. But I want to go back, and that's the hard thing with those movie ranches is, unless you have paid for access, like to work there. I've actually considered it. There's a couple episodes I could do there at different spots. I just need to talk to somebody and see, hey man, what would you charge me for 3 hours?
Yeah, it's it's interesting. There's a Motel Hell Funko Pop coming out.
I can't believe that.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it either. What a crazy thing. There it is. Never thought that would be a Funko Pop in this day and age, and I'm surprised they haven't sent it to you to unbox. But maybe it's coming.
I never thought they would ever make a figure. Like, it's insane that they make everything now. It's so crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I wish he was still alive.
In 1995, you would think you'd have one of these. You're like, no way. Good.
I always hate when people are so particular. I'm just riffing here, but yes, Melanie Griffith had lions, not tigers. I get it. And yes, Tippi Hedren was her mom. Let's see here. Trying to keep up with everything. There's so much. And
I see Matt Lucas talking about that Valzay Ranch. I don't think it got hit, but I saw David Valzay being interviewed on like Channel 5 News, and I actually recorded it. And he was talking about that they had to evacuate and shut down filming because of the fires, but I think they got spared. I don't think it made it over there. So the barn from Friday 13th Part 3 is probably safe.
That's good news. Yeah.
And I know the Part 4 house, I know somebody who lives right across the road from it. Somebody you guys know as well, but I can't say here because I don't want to give away where somebody lives. Because you can look at where the Part 4 cabin is. It got real close to there, but they were fine. So I think the Part 4 cabin is fine, which is also the Pumpkinhead cabin as well.
Wow.
A lot of people don't know that. They shot it from the other side.
If anyone sees these famous places in danger, you can call Wednesday, and he will get some dirt and do his best.
That's right. I'm looking on KTLA right now to see if they posted. Someone said that they posted our news on that, which is cool.
Yeah.
If I made the KTLA news, I mean, what's next? Donahue?
Mm-hmm. Donahue's for sure. Now, this is the
Maybe
craziest.
Jesse Waters will have you on Fox, and he can talk about, So, you started those fires, didn't you? We know you started them, so let's talk about why you started them.
Dr. Phil's going to deport me back to Mars.
We got some good questions. This one here is one of the craziest FMKs ever. I would say that you guys wouldn't know who these people are, but I think you do. Here we go. Sandy Soraya, Fiona Flanagan, and Lee Aaron.
Nope.
Wednesday, do you know it?
I don't know
who any of those people are.
Wow.
They sound dead.
Sandy
Pull up
Soraya.
pictures.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get pictures. Sandy Soraya was a super hot chick with black hair. When Sean, you would love her. She was way hot. She had a record, Soraya. She married Brian Wheat at some point from Tesla. I don't know what happened there.
Oh, what?
But Sandy
You don't look
Soraya,
familiar though.
Yeah, she only had one hit. Her record was something about a mockingbird or some shit. But she was hot. Let's see if I can find it for you. But I really liked her. And I heard she married somebody with a bunch of money, too. Isn't it funny how that happens?
Fiona Flanagan. Let's see that one.
Now, Fiona Flanagan, you really should know this one, Wednesday. She had a hit song with Kip Winger, Everything You Do, You're Sexing Me.
You're sexing me.
Yep,
I know that song. See, I know all those bad songs.
Oh, okay. She just went by Fiona. Right.
She went. Yes, I'm sorry. She went by Fiona at that
time.
Hold on.
So far, the Sandy is the winner. Let's see.
Hold on. Let me bring. I'm just going to bring up the full Google search. We can look together. There's Sandy Soraya. I mean, these are not the biggest pictures, but you can see she was a vixen, a fire, a hot little something or other.
Too soon. Can't say fire. Too soon.
Yeah. Sorry. And then Lee Aaron appeared on my show. She's Canadian, and she considers herself to be the queen of heavy metal. She was in Wee magazine. She showed it all. She had a bush that would knock your Aunt Connie's socks off.
I would think Lee Aaron was a baseball player from the 1960s.
Yeah, had the home
Hank's
run
little
record.
brother.
Mm-hmm. I would marry Sandy Soraya. I would relations with Lee Aaron. I'd get rid of Fiona. I think.
I'm with you.
Yeah, I think that would be the way to go on this one. But that was a fun one. And I like this question too from Kyle. What is Sean and Wednesday's favorite Ratt song?
Wow.
My favorite Ratt song, just guitar riff, is "You're in Love." That's just such a cool riff. When you play guitar, it's awesome, and that's also one you can kind of play because everything else is not easy. But that's my favorite Ratt song.
It's a good one.
I don't know. I don't really know what the song's about. I mean, you're in midnight subway.
Well, I can tell you what it's about. It's about golden showers. You're in love. No.
What? Now I like it even more. I love urine. I urinate quite a bit, like regularly.
It's my favorite guitar riff, hands down, is "Lay It Down."
Me too.
I learned how to play that kind of shitty, but I kind of can play it.
My favorite.
And
the riffs.
I think my favorite. God, it's tough, man. I used to love "Back for More" a lot, but I used to love "Lack of Communication."
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he wrote "Back for More"?
He co-wrote it, yeah.
Lack of Communication had a soft spot for me when I was a kid. I don't know.
You know what's interesting?
I think favorite song, I'm going "Back for More."
What's interesting is a lot of that's a good. You can't go wrong. We're picking a lot of the songs that are in the key of D. At that time, heavy metal bands all thought you got a Motley Crue, especially, and so Stephen calls them the ugly three, which would be "You're in Love," "Lay It Down," and "Lack of Communication." They're always together in the set because they're all in D. Back for More, not, but
yeah, it sounded heavier. I mean, that riff guitar. I didn't understand what different tunings were back then, and I never understood why I couldn't play Motley Crue in standard tuning, and I thought I was just an idiot. And I recently saw a video of John Petrucci from Dream Theater saying the exact same thing when he played guitar as a kid, and I went, "All right, I'm not an idiot." If that guy thought the same thing, and he can do what he does now, I'm not an idiot.
Same with Kiss. They tuned like a half step down.
Mm-hmm.
So all those songs,
the
if you learned them,
is it seven? Yeah. Is it tuned down?
Yeah, like a half step.
Concert pitch, they call it. Yeah. Russell says he enjoyed the Throbs interview. I'm glad you did. I didn't think it was one that Wednesday messaged me last night.
I thought it was great. Those stories, I'd always heard stories about that, but he's got some great stories, and it sounded like he was holding a lot. Like when you would ask him, like, "That's a great story," he'd be like, "Well, yeah, I think I remember that kind of." I'm like,
he didn't want to talk about his former guitar player. Essentially went to Izzy Stradlin's house and started shooting. Izzy Stradlin.
I wanted to put something. That story, it kind of makes sense, kind of now, because he said they were hanging out with Andy McCoy. When I was hanging out with Andy McCoy, when we were touring with Hanoi Rocks, he was hanging out with me every day. I could not get rid of Andy McCoy for a week. I know that sounds crazy, but we were drunk for a week in Japan. So I'm asking him questions, and I remember asking him about all the bands that came out around that time, and he was in Shooting Gallery, and I asked about the Throbs, and he said, and he was drunk, and he was babbling, and people always told me, you never know if Andy's telling the truth or not, and he said something about kicking the dude from the Throbs down a staircase. And I'm thinking, you don't even probably know who these guys are. But hearing that story now, I'm like, that probably is somewhere within that story of that.
It sounded like the end of Boogie Nights, kind of, with the firecrackers. Yes. It just sounded like that. Basically, this guy, Roger Erickson, did this photo shoot with Tony Katane that he shouldn't have done because she was with someone and he was with someone. And his wife left him for Izzy Stradlin, and he was mad. And allegedly, he went to Izzy Stradlin's house. Ronnie wasn't going to say, but there were some shots fired. they lost their chance at a tour with Guns N' Roses. They were on Geffen and were up for that tour. And this seemed to be one of the problems. That was a great story. He talks about Little Richard playing on their record, which is nuts, and how to get signed. They not to get signed. They wanted Bob Ezrin to produce their record.
That's the
They
best
just
story.
went to his house. They
Went to his house and said, "Hey, we just got signed. You want to be our producer?" And he's like, "What?" And he went, "All right, come in the house," and made coffee for him. I'm like,
It's
what?
insane.
That's a cool story.
That interview was the example, and I think we all relate. When you have a good conversation, it's not how famous the Throbs were or how famous Ronnie was, but his stories are so interesting that a lot of people really enjoyed watching that. And
It was
then,
good.
do I have
Very
any
good.
plans on interviewing people who are going to be on the cruise? I do. There's a lot of people on there I know. There's a band called Honeymoon Suite from Canada.
Oh, yeah.
And, do you remember the song "New Girl Now"?
I got a new girl now, and she's a lot like you, just like you.
I got to get them on the show. They're on the cruise, and yeah, I thought it was. But yeah, there'll be a lot of content. I'm going to try to go daily with the content. Another vote for lack of communication.
Did I hear you say Sammy Yaffa isn't playing with Michael Monroe?
He is not.
For the whiskey or the rainbow thing too?
Any of
Just
it.
the whole
Yeah.
tour, I think.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Todd's great. Todd he'll do a bang up job on that.
Who's playing?
So Todd Kearns, who I managed for a lot of years.
He was with Ace, right?
Yeah, he Slash's bass player.
He makes every band better that he's in. And Sammy's great. So I mean, but if they're gonna get somebody, I couldn't think of a better dude that's into it.
Todd will be great, but I wanted to see Hanoi Rocks members. So it's a little bit of a disappointment, but
that's a bummer.
Yes,
I had in my head getting that 2 Steps on the Move cover signed because
it really screwed up our
plan.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys are too comfortable with your sexuality to play this, but I have no problem. If I was a chick, I'm
not comfortable with this at all.
The guy's a cross-dresser. Anyway, if I was a chick, Brett Michaels, Stephen Pearcy, Jay Lane. Now I do work with one of these people.
Oh man, all these guys, I wouldn't go gay for any.
I'm marrying Janie. I'm banging Brett and getting rid of Stephen.
I think I am too. I hope he's not.
You know what? I think I'm gonna have to kill off Stephen.
I think that hopefully he's not.
He's an ugly girl. The other guys were pretty girls.
I think I might have to. Yeah, I'm gonna have to kill off Stephen. This is the worst FMK I've ever played. I don't like it. I'm gonna stop.
All right, well here, let's clean it up. Tawny Katane, Bobby Brown, Brandy Brandt is a good one.
Oh,
I'll play. Trying to remember what Brandy Brandt was. Brandy Brandt married to Nikki Sixx at one point.
Yeah, she was on an episode of Married with Children, wasn't she?
Yes, she's also loving an elevator video going down, Mr. Tyler. She's very hot.
Yeah,
Bobby Brown's got to go. I watched the Ex-Wives of Rock, and she was quite possibly the most annoying thing I've ever watched.
Janie Lane did not say good things about her.
Tawny Katane was in Bachelor Party, and she danced on a Whitesnake car.
And she's on the cover of 2 Ratt albums.
And she's on the cover of 2. Yeah. So she's also not alive.
Well,
so it makes it difficult.
This is of the era.
All right.
I'm probably marrying Tawny.
Mm-hmm. Killing Bobby.
Relations with Brandy. Bobby's out.
There you go. I'm with you on that one.
I might have to agree with you guys. I think I know Bobby a little bit. She's nuts. But
so was Tawny.
Yes. Well, Tawny tried to take Chuck Finley off the road. She was married to the baseball pitcher. While he was driving, she started stepping on his foot on the gas with her high heels. It's crazy. You're in Love, Back for More, and Lack. That's Dana's choices. Georgia likes Lay It Down. Andy likes Scene of the Crime. I say this all the time. It's not because I work with Ratt. I think song for song, Ratt has got Motley Crue beat. I think if we had to take the 10 best Ratt songs against the 10 best Motley songs, Wednesday doesn't agree.
I don't think so. But I'd
No?
say
I don't agree either.
there's
No, you guys are Motley guys?
man, Motley Crue's got they've
I
got
mean,
some
hey, you take any Joe off the street, I guarantee you more of them know Crue songs than Rat songs.
those
Well, that
first
I
two Motley
agree.
Crue records are
But
kind
let's-
of untouchable to me.
But let's say that what's a bigger song? Does Motley Crue have a song that's a round and round? I say they don't.
Yeah, they got a
Name
lot. I mean,
I
to me,
mean,
Too Young to Fall in Love is as classic as
Yeah, but
that
that's not a
song.
massive song. I like it
No, I'm
too.
a
Girls,
massive
Girls,
song. I mean,
Girls is massive.
Kickstart My
Dr.
Heart
Feelgood is
is-
massive. Home Sweet Home was massive.
I think
Kickstart
Home
My
Sweet
Heart.
Home. I
Kickstart
think
My
Home
Heart.
Sweet Home is their biggest
Wild
song.
Side, Kickstart My Heart. Yeah.
I think those songs were popular. I don't think they were round and round popular.
I don't
I'm
know.
talking about
Maybe
in the 80s. Obviously,
Well,
Kickstart My
I
Heart.
will say this. I think Home Sweet Home charted higher than Round and Round.
I think that Home Sweet Home is the biggest. I've said it all the time. I
Yeah.
think that's Motley's biggest song. It was the introduction for a lot of people, and it's the beginning of the power ballads. Look at me, I'm sad on the bus. But if I went song for song, I would rather. I hate Motley Crue, by the way.
I know you don't like them, so that makes.
I
sense.
can't even tell you though what's in the works. I could be in so much trouble for even saying this. I should probably shut up right now. But I like the first two Motley records. I a lot. I think Shout at the Devil's the best. Then after that, I think Theater of Pain, couple of good songs. Girls, 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 couple of good songs. Dr. Feelgood, I don't really like. I found it really corny. And that was where I stopped. I don't know anything about John Corabi. I don't know anything about Generation Swine. But I think if I had to put together 10 songs versus 10 songs, or go member versus member, Warren DeMartini, it's not a comparison against Mick Mars. Nikki Sixx
Tommy's got him beat.
Yeah.
Tommy is a tough one. I want to give it to Bobby, but Tommy's such the
No.
guy. Yeah.
No.
Bobby had some
Tommy's
unique
such a guy.
drum feels and style, and just the way he played certain accents and things. They weren't your normal thing, you know.
Tommy's a beast, man.
But Tommy was. I mean, dude,
I
he
would
was
go
back in
with
the
Tommy.
day. There were two drummers back in the day. You Neil Peart and Tommy Lee. That was the two names you heard back in the day. You
Here's
didn't
the
hear
thing.
anybody else.
Let me tell you right now, how many memorable drum beats does Blotzer have? Where you can sit and fucking think about all the Tommy Lee ones, man. Like, so many. From
And he
the
could
beginning
beat
of
the
Red
boat.
Hot to Louder Than Hell to the start of Primal Scream. I mean, that beat, just the Dr. Feelgood beat. I mean, iconic,
And he could beep the boat with the head of his penis. That's got to be good.
and spin sticks while doing it.
Yeah.
And he can rap too.
But I think that if I had to listen to a
Singer-wise, it's
band,
anybody's bad.
if I had to listen to a band song for song, I look at Steven's set list and I look at Motley's set list, and I just think the Ratt songs are better songs. That's just
Now,
me.
so you're taking one over Nikki?
As far as bass playing goes, or songwriting.
Well, it's kind of one of the. I mean, both. I mean, Nikki's a monster songwriter.
Monster songwriter. Allegedly, he's never played the bass in his life, so I don't know.
That's such bullshit, dude.
He plays.
I mean,
But you know what? To be the bass player that gets all the shit that he does for not playing or whatever, there's probably a Nikki Sixx in every town across America. I've seen them.
Yeah.
I've been called one. I was a Nikki Sixx in my town. There's
I've
always
done it,
one,
too.
and
Black
there's
hair,
a dude that's got a bass. There's somebody that, because of Nikki Sixx, he influenced more bass players than probably Billy Sheehan, I bet.
Plus,
Without playing
you talk
the bass.
about.
Without even playing the bass, just looking
But
cool.
here's the thing, all this backing track shit didn't even start until the early 2000s. The guy has been on the road forever. Of course, he fucking plays his bass.
Sean, I have this same discussion. Well, me and Matt Thorne have, and Motley Ratt opened for Motley. We have this discussion too. Watch the US Festival. He's on stage. Maybe his bass playing isn't great, but he's got to be playing. No one knew about tracks. And so what we're asking is, did Nicky forget how to play, or was he insecure? The theory is he did not play bass on Theater of Pain. Bob Rock played on Dr. Feelgood, maybe some other things. And he has not played bass in a lot of years. He does have a laptop that he doesn't play bass anymore. He could Eddie Trunk
the dude
could say
wrote
what
the
he wants.
songs, man. So I
What?
mean, he wrote the
Yeah.
songs to have somebody else play them. That's just weird.
I think when you write a song, you sometimes come up with an idea and can sing an idea. Doesn't mean you necessarily. He's got to know how to play at least the root notes, to these songs. I think, but allegedly he did stop playing. Now my theory is he wanted to move around more because Mick was not able to move on stage. Maybe he went to the track so that he could be more involved. His vocals are 100% canned. And everyone says his bass playing is too. It's odd to me, but I don't know. It's a question for him. I know I've got everyone riled up now. Okay.
And we were defensive about Motley Crue. Jesus, we're like vultures.
I'm sitting there
about Motley Crue like that.
Yeah, I know. We need
make sure I tell you the story when we get off, though. That I should have said it.
Best Crue song. Would you say
that's a good question?
Best Crue. I can tell you my favorite. It's probably Primal Scream. Even though I've been a fan since. That's just a great song, man.
Bass line's so cool in that too. So simple but cool.
Who played it?
Yeah. Do you think Nicky can play an open E string? I don't think so.
I could probably figure that out.
Nope, that's Bob Rock.
My favorite would probably be one of the deeper shout songs like 10 Seconds to Love or Knock 'em Dead Kid, even Bastard. I just love those songs. I kind of wish they stayed more in that realm. What do you think, Wednesday?
There's so many. I don't think I have a favorite. There's the first two albums. There's so many. I mean, I grew up listening to those so much. So even On With the Show is a cool song to me. Like
I was about to say On With the Show. That's funny.
That's one of my. For some reason, that's one of my favorites. And Theater of Pain. I started listening to that again last year, and I really like that record a lot. I didn't really like it that much, except for the singles. But I kind of like Louder Than Hell. I like Save Our Souls.
Save Our Souls is a great song, also featured in Demons, the movie Demons.
Makes it even cooler in that, I think.
But Use It or Lose It is a great beat.
Yeah. There's so many songs.
Most people are naming songs from the first three records. I do notice. And that's not to say they didn't. I liked Wild Side and others. Each record had something great, but I think, and some people agree with me. Other people, it's an ongoing discussion. Some people say Out of the Cellar is better than any Crue record. I might agree.
Also, Wild Side, being a younger person, when I heard that song, like that guitar riff, also kind of had that heaviness the way Ratt did too, because it was just the tuning of it. It just I don't know. It sounded mean.
Bastard's a great song.
Bastard, great song. Yeah. I mean, I have a harder time listening to the first record now. I've heard it so many times. But Shout, for me, I could put on any time and still really like it.
Dr. Feelgood is one of my least favorites. I like the hits on it, but I don't really care. Rattlesnake Shake is
that song sucks.
It's probably the worst thing they've ever done. I kind of
City Boy Blues from Theater.
I like that better than Rattlesnake Shake, though.
I like this one. What was the guy's name? Matthew Tripp, the real Nicky Six.
I remember that.
That was such a big part of our lives. Now most people probably have no idea what that means. He plays to a track. I mean, he does. It's not. We're not making that up. He plays, but what we're all saying is he had to play at some point. Motley Crue toured for years.
Yeah.
Before this technology existed. Now Bob Rock said he was insecure about his playing. I think there's a lot of bands. On my own record, there was a bass part where I said it'll take me longer to play this part, and I told it was an outro. And I handed it to the guitar player. I said, "You play it." So. I don't think it matters if Nicky played those songs on those records. He did write the songs. And they're the only band where the bass player and the drummer are more famous than the singer. Very rare. When people go see Vince Neil, it's different. People who go see Nicky and Tommy are the Hot Topic kids, the goth kids. They like it, and the ladies. See, now here's one. They used to like Motley, but they've switched. The current Motley has let them down. You guys are friends with John 5, so I can't say I can't put him in the F, marry, kill.
You know what? He's my friend and everything, but I'm not loving the current Crew at all. I mean, I love Crew as a band. I haven't heard anything new since he's joined the band that I've liked. I mean, and that's no offense to him. It's just, you know, Mick it's like if Eddie Van Halen left the band. I'm not comparing fucking Mick Mars to Eddie Van Halen, but it's a part of the Crew sound. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So,
hey
How
kids,
does my music sound more like Motley Crue than Motley Crue sounds like Motley Crue?
probably.
That's the problem.
I gotta run because my
let's
pizza
wrap
is
this
about
up.
to come out. That's how
Let's
long
look-
we've been talking. I cooked a
Yes.
whole fucking deep dish pizza.
Let's say goodbye, and then I'll tell you guys an exclusive right after.
Okay.
But all right, listen, it's been great. I hope you guys had it. If I didn't get to your questions and comments, we'll do it next time. I appreciate everyone watching. Join us this weekend at the Creep IE convention. Go to the website, Creepy, and Sean, me, and Wednesday, of course. Wednesday's the one who will be at a table appearing. I'll just be hanging around, and it's going to be
I got
fun.
some
And if
new
you want to
pictures to
get,
sign here.
yeah, and there's plenty of Wednesday memorabilia. That's really what you're there for. If you want to buy a picture of us three, we'll have that, and follow our social medias to find out more. Thank you guys, and we'll see you again hopefully next week.
Just wanna waste some time with you.